Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about a very important topic, and that's a topic of weed whacking. Go to Manscaped, get 20% off plus uh, free shipping with the code FAB. And usually, when we talk about plucking those nose hairs and doing trimming around the ears and whatnot, most of us are used to doing that with weapons such as this. While effective, they can be cumbersome. They can prove to be cumbersome. And everyone's personal favorite is also this beauty, something like this. Whilst very effective, it's also hard because sometimes you don't have the right extension cords and whatnot. So Manscaped has given us this, the Weed Whacker. The Weed Whacker is skin safe. It has a replaceable head. It has high performance motor, so premium 9,000 RPM motor powers. This is something that you would have probably seen in a World War II aeroplane prior to this. And unlike the hedge trimmer, it's cordless and rechargeable, so you can use it anywhere and you can take it with you. And it's really a pretty amazing product. It has a smart design. It's intelligently contoured design for you to be able to grip it easily, and it's not going to slip out of your hand, which is an amazing segue to the next part of it, which is that fact that it's waterproof, so you can use it in the shower and whatnot. So this is a pretty amazing piece of machinery here for all of us that need it. And everyone needs it, because you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person that has the nose hairs and the ear hairs sticking out. My dad used to take me to a barber in Liverpool, and ironically, this barber, it was an older guy, had the worst hairs coming out of his ears and the worst hairs coming out of his nose. And always, as a little kid, I used to always watch that. So I never wanted that myself. So please, Manscaped, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FAB. Thank you, people. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Thank you for joining us. I'm pretty pumped to watch this card in particular. I think we're going to be off to a great start with Andrei Arlovski and Tom Aspinall. I am pretty pumped to watch this fight. Tell me who you think is going to win and why. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped, for making it all possible, guys. Making it all possible. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FAB for any and all Manscaped products. Thank you very much. Who do you see, guys? How do you see this fight going? This Andrei Arlovski and Tom Aspinall fight. Me personally, I think Tom Aspinall is going to do it. Aspinall, I should say. And Andrei Arlovski looks good. He has looked good, but I do believe that he's a little bit long in tooth for someone like Aspinall, who's coming up hungry and strong and tall, rangy guy. Hits very hard. I don't know that he's going to be able to do it. That Arlovski's going to be able to do it, unfortunately. I like Arlovski, and I always like the older dogs of war, but I think it's a bit of an ask with a young buck like Tom coming up. He's hungry, and that's very hard to beat. So yeah, moving right along, people. You wouldn't be Jake McKenzie. You wouldn't be surprised if Arlovski made another run. I think it's a little hard for him now, to be honest with you. I think there's some good heavyweights up there, man. And he's always good. He's always there, but I don't know if he beats this young up and comer. Thank you for being early, guys. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate everyone being on here, and yeah, man, just watching and hanging out. So that's a massive thing for me. I really appreciate that. I love doing this. Hey, I really like doing the podcast. I really like watching the fights, actually, and just having a chat with everyone and just seeing what happens. It's an interesting time. On the Curtis Blaydes versus Derrick Lewis fight, it's also very telling for the heavyweight division, as I think both those guys can make a lot of noise in that division. Dude, there was a guy that missed weight by the next weight class up. So he was meant to go at 145 and he weighed 157. And I think 4 or 5 people missed weight on this card. That's pretty scary, pretty crazy. Does Manscaped ship to Europe? Absolutely. I'm sure it does. Yes, it does, Jack the Ripper. Absolutely. Even Landry, only thing holding Arlovski together is the ATT supplement regime. Even I don't know about that. I don't know anything about that. Jake McKenzie, still good to see some new names come through at heavyweight. Yes, sir. My Toby. Hey, Fab, looking good as always. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, they do. They do ship to Europe. I know that for sure. Man, if they ship to Australia, they ship to Europe. That I can guarantee you. That I can guarantee you. Yeah, man. So who you guys got? Lovsky or Tom Aspinall? I'm looking forward to a lot of these fights. I'm looking forward to also the Phil Hawes versus Nassourdine Imavov. That's a real interesting one for me. Aleksei Oleinik, we had him on the podcast. Big fan of his. I hope he gets up. Yeah, man. So that's me. I hope I'm really interested in the middleweight fight though. Nassourdine Imavov, I believe, is a Chechen or a Dagestani fighter, but he's based out of France. Very good boxer. So I'd like to see how he's going to deal with Phil Hawes' power. ISIS Band Live says, big fan, mate. You look like fifth season Eric Andrei. I don't know who that is. Sorry. So saying the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 shave so clean. If it was any cleaner, I would be reflective. Nice work, Sasank. I like it. Martovi says, how much have you missed? You've missed nothing. We're about to kick off now. I just came back in from trying to surf. I didn't do very well. But I just came back in from the water. Rushed in. My amazing wife gave me sweet potatoes, avocado, and smoked salmon. So I have my carbohydrates, fats, and proteins ready for me, inside my belly, ready to go. Yeah, man, Aspinall definitely. I think Aspinall's going to do it, to be fair. I think he's going to do it. I think, like I said, young, hungry, strong, very hard to beat. Good range. He's like 6'6" or something ridiculous like that. So it's very hard. What surfboard am I currently riding? Man, I'm not even good enough to know the kind of surfboards I ride because I ride like a real long, like, I don't know, it must be 8 or 9 foot or something ridiculous. It's a Malibu and it's huge. Like, what's it called? Carabiner. Carabiner is a brand. I think it's a brand from down here, Wollongong. And shout out to DP Surfboards as well. And that, yeah, I just rode that, and my friends helped me. They're the ones that pushed me on the boards and that. Drew Doc says, Manscaped probably makes your dome the shiniest thing in the observable universe, eh, Fab? It makes it so that you can see it from outer space. So, yeah, so it's one of the few. Jake McKenzie, do you surf? I'm not, I'm trying to surf, you know what I mean? I went out the back today in the biggest surf I've been, I believe, and that was not easy. So Arlovski's about to step in now. He's hugging his corner. Former UFC champion. This guy's had such an amazing career, you know, like he's suffered such massive knockouts as well where, I don't know, you have to worry for his health as well. I kind of don't want to keep seeing him fight like that anymore sometimes. For Martovi, Fab's head is a lighthouse for aliens. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, I just don't know. Like with Arlovski, like I don't want to see him fight because I don't want to see him take any more damage. That's me personally. And Jake McKenzie grew up on the coast in South Australia, started with Malibus, now rides shortboards. Man, the coast of South Australia, for anyone that doesn't know, is one of the hot spots for great white sharks. So Jake McKenzie, if you surf out there, you have balls as big as church bells. Jack the Ripper, Uncle Fab, I love you, but you ain't about that judo life. I'd Ichimata you, sir. Now, this was a gift, man. This was a gift. You'd definitely throw me, 100%. In a gi, you'd 100% throw me. This was a gift. I'm not a judoka by any stretch of the imagination. If Arlovski and Aleksei get KO'd tonight, I'm going to be sad. I will be sad too. But I've also been watching Aspinall, and he's got a lot of talent, man. He's very rangy, very aggressive, big guy too, man. Hassan Ahmed, the prodigal son, has returned. You know what? I was gonna say that if I saw you, if I saw you on here today, I was gonna say the prodigal son has returned. Bros love games. Tom Aspinall doing it for the Scousers. Come on, lad. So Scousers are from Liverpool. Am I correct? Is that correct? from Liverpool. Okay, so Arlovski's an underdog at plus 210. Arlovski just needs to get over the 20 knockout threshold and he'll be fine. Fucking hell. Yeah, man, this is going to be interesting. Hassan Ahmed says Aspinall ain't a Scouser lad. Ooh, bit of a Brit on Brit violence happening here, I believe. Is Aspinall from Birmingham? I thought he was from Birmingham. We're about to kick off, guys. Old school versus new school clash. Absolutely. We're off. The cage looks so small with his behemoths in it. No glove touch. We're off. Arlovski's in the center of the cage. Well, they're both kind of trying to take the center of the cage. I think he must have he's fainting with a kick, I believe, because Aspinall keeps lifting that leg to check. Hits him with a nice stiff jab, does Aspinall. Aspinall keeps lifting that leg, either feinting a kick himself or being wary of the kicks of Arlovski. Arlovski with a little blitz, but nothing was doing. Inside leg kick by Arlovski. And that's a check that Aspinall was looking for Arlovski's kicks. So he keeps being mindful. Arlovski's trying to blitz. I believe that he will walk into an Aspinall left hand or a right uppercut if he keeps blitzing in like that. Aspinall does a great job of sliding in and then sliding out as Arlovski blitzes. There we go. Arlovski hit him with a little overhand right there. Nice cheeky overhand right. Aspinall comes in left, right. Arlovski covers up and counters to the right of his own. There was a shin clash there in the middle. Arlovski goes looking for an oblique kick from the orthodox stance. Aspinall's doing a good job of holding Arlovski up against the cage, like with his footwork, and he's doing a good job of not overcommitting and not letting Arlovski off the cage. So he's doing a good job. Fighting like this when somebody's pushing you back is incredibly fatiguing because you're always reacting to what the other guy does. Arlovski goes looking. Aspinall is sliding out and leaning back. I don't know if Arlovski's looking to land something in over the top while he's leaning back. And he keeps looking for the kick, does Arlovski. Ooh, they exchange shots. Big shot landed by Aspinall. Huge shot landed. Another big right hand by Aspinall. Aspinall's going to look for this uppercut. There's the uppercut. Right hand's over the top. Another uppercut. He's hit him with a flurry of punches. Arlovski's doing a decent job of covering up and answering the shots. I don't know if Aspinall may have punched himself out, at least for this round. But he's definitely done some damage on Arlovski. He's got a body lock on Arlovski now. He's got an underhook. Arlovski does have the whizzer in. Arlovski's looking to control that bicep, but Aspinall has a control on the bicep. He's got the superior head position, and I believe he's going to be able to rest here for a little bit. There was a big flurry of punches, very, very taxing, especially from a big man like Aspinall. A lot of muscles got worked in that flurry. Both of these guys would have felt that because they were landing on Arlovski. Any questions about Arlovski's chin, man? He took that. He took those shots. Aspinall's maintaining great head position. Now Arlovski moves himself up off the cage, and Aspinall, he's not. I think that took a little bit out of Aspinall's arm. The fight, that flurry. Aspinall's still bouncing around in the center of the octagon, but Arlovski's coming forward. Goes with a jab. Aspinall moves. Aspinall looks for a jab of his own. Another jab, a 1-2 by Aspinall, slides out of the way as Arlovski counters. Oblique kick by Aspinall. He has slowed down a little bit, Aspinall, after that flurry. Oh, he keeps leaning back. He keeps leaning back on that flurry. Arlovski can catch him. Looks like Arlovski's starting to double up on that flurry, on that blitz that he does. Now Aspinall has Arlovski up against the cage again. There's 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Aspinall drops his hands and leans back, and Arlovski, I believe, is starting to get a good read on that. Arlovski's still got a lot of power in his shots. Aspinall could be caught like that. He's holding up Arlovski up against the cage. Good head position here. With 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go in the round. Arlovski has a whizzer, but as it goes here, Aspinall will just hold him till the end of the cage. I do believe that flurry, without being able to finish Arlovski, is taking quite a bit out of Aspinall's arms. Very, very interesting. Bicep control by Aspinall, which is what they're both fighting for here. In any position like this, you're looking for the bicep control. Foot stomps by Aspinall. And just staying active is Aspinall. And he's going to win this round, and he'll win it quite comfortably by doing this. The question is, how much did that flurry take out of him? He was nowhere near as active after that flurry. 30 seconds to go. He's still wary of that kick. Showing the check is Aspinall. Good job. 18 seconds to go. Arlovski goes looking for a high kick, and they exchange a big flurry. Both men connect. These are big heavyweights throwing big shots at each other. Ducks under an Arlovski right, then he's able to weave out of the last one. Arlovski goes looking for a left high kick. This is a good job. The left high kick is a very, very good kick to throw in these sort of situations. That's the first round gone. When you got someone with a big right hand, you throw that left high kick and it keeps the right hand at home. And so Aspinall's not a scout. Doesn't Aspinall train with Fury? Says 12 got you. And Broslov says, I know, pal. I'm Scouse and he fights out of Liverpool. And then Hassan says, I don't think he's from Liverpool. He doesn't have the accent. And now they're at it. They're at it, people. We've got 2 fights going on. Arlovski still has a decent chin. Yes, he does, Jake. And Hassan comes over the top with a big right hand saying Aspinall's from Wigan. He trains in Liverpool. Greeting from shorts weather, -7 in Toronto. That's awful, Sasank. Yeah, Julios. Ouch, that leaning back is no good. Don't do that against some of the mean bruises at the top. Joseph, hey, Coach Fab. Glad I checked my notifications. Thought the show wasn't happening tonight. Glad it did. UFC isn't the same without the commentary. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. No, I wasn't going to do it, to be fair. I had stuff on, but I rearranged some things, and I'm here. I'm home. We're off again. The leaning back is something that's got me a little bit worried. If you're a Tom fan, Aspinall with his leaning back can make it quite dangerous for himself. Both guys looking very composed. Right hand by Arlovski. Aspinall seems to have slid out of the way. Oblique kick by Aspinall. Arlovski's looking for that right hand over the top. So I definitely give the first round to Aspinall. Ooh! Catches him with a little left hook. Yes, he does. Does Arlovski. Nice. And again, it's a lean back. He's been caught with a lean back now. He doesn't have much place to go because Arlovski's able to blitz and he's putting in the combinations. Oh, nice little calf kick landed by Arlovski. Now Aspinall with a lovely blast double leg gets Arlovski down, goes looking for a rear naked choke on. He's got it. And he got the choke on Arlovski. Well done by Aspinall. Hits him with a blast double and he's able to get that choke. What great work. Really, really good work. Really good work. He got that arm in under the chin, and once it was in that deep, it was in. Guys, please hit the like button, hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get the notifications when we're doing the companions or when we have podcasts on. Really appreciate your help. You can support us on PayPal as well. The Patreon is coming soon. And so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much, man. Really, really appreciate the support. Really appreciate the help. Thank you so much, guys. It makes it worthwhile. Really, really appreciate it. Ewan Ferguson, busy night today, so I'll have to make do with just the soothing sound of your voice instead of gawking over the pristine shine of the head. Much respect as always, Fab. Respect to you, Ewan, for listening. Respect for supporting. You're here every week. Love you guys. Hassan Ahmed. Haha, yeah, bro. Hope all's well with you and your loved ones, bro. Lockdown life sucks. Sorry to hear about that, man. Really, really sorry to hear about the lockdown. My thoughts go out to everyone in it. Well, we're not really experiencing it that bad. So definitely everyone in basically the rest of the world, except New Zealand, I think. We haven't got it too bad here in Australia. I think we don't have a lot of population per square kilometer, and also we don't really have borders with anyone. So we're quite lucky in that regard. I'll be back in 1 second, guys. I had not rinsed out the cup properly, and it was all soapy when I went to have my tea. Hey Fab, did you watch Indigenous All Stars versus Maori All Stars? Dylan Walker was looking like Robbie Lawler. I didn't see it at all. I didn't see it. I don't even know who won. Um, so where does Tom go from here? Where does Tom go from here? Indeed, where does he go? I don't know. Who does he fight? I'd like to see him versus someone like Juan Espino as well. That would be a nice fight. Um, the rock salt lamp makes an appearance. Yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does. It makes me feel stronger having that on. I ward off all the evil spirits with that. Over here, gyms are closed. My new workout is this thing called running, Uncle Fab. Have you ever heard of it? It sucks. I was quite the avid runner back in the day. I actually was quite a good runner, but I can't run anymore because I have a very, very, very bad knees. Very bad knee. Is this where Eli jumps out? Eli is out. Eli is out helping the less fortunate in the community that have fires in their house. Everyone should have a friend like Eli. I don't want the UFC to rush Tom. That's all I'm saying. No, I agree. I do agree that I don't want him to be rushed, but I'd like to see him against the legit up and coming guy as well. Even though Juan Espino is a bit older in tooth, he kind of needs to be rushed. So kind of be another good fight, I think. Sam Lawrence, you champion. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you guys for helping out. Thank you. Every little bit helps and really appreciate that. It helps keep the show going. So, guys, you guys are champions. Thank you so much. I love doing this, by the way. Ooh, Aspinall versus Bam Bam. Now, that's a nice fight. I'd like to watch that. Aspinall versus Espino. That's another one. Aspinall versus Bam Bam. That'd be a good fight. James the Juice Man says he's worried for Ty. That'd be a good one, man. I wonder if we will be treated to the ultra rare reverse shot of the door today, mate. I think it was. I think you saw it today. I think you saw it. I had to open the door. So interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. Bam Bam versus Tom would be an interesting one. I wonder what they're saying, Bisping and Tom speaking to each other in their native tongue. I can barely understand the English sometimes when they speak, which is strange because they spawned the language, but still. Espino is such a good fighter, such a good grappler. Unfortunate we don't see him much, especially considering his age. Yeah, man, he came off some pretty bad injuries. We had him on the podcast actually. So yeah, he came off some pretty bad injuries, but dude, that guy on the ground is a problem for just about anyone. A real serious, proper problem. Have I spoken about Rob versus Costa yet? No, I have not. I have not. See guys like this, just try and be normal, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much attention you want or whatever. We usually have a no dickhead policy, so just try and be normal. You know, like, yeah, no, we have not spoken. I do think that Rob will beat Costa. I think that for Costa to beat him, he has to kind of catch him with a left hook coming in or like something like that. I don't see him out fighting Rob necessarily. I think Rob's a little bit too quick for him, a little bit too quick. And grappling wise, I think Rob's got the advantage there. I do think that Rob's a little bit dangerous with that jab. The jab and the kicks, I think he's got a lot of dexterity and a lot of vocabulary with his strikes, which I think will be a bit hard for Costa to deal with. I don't see Costa, like I said, Costa I think would have to probably catch him coming in, and it can happen, but I don't think he'll beat him. No. I heard from a little birdie that Juan Espino is a real ladies' man. Possibly. Good looking fellow, heavyweight, great fighter. Who knows? James the Juice Man says, how Costa is not on the juice, I don't know. And I'm the fucking juice man, I should know. Fab, did you hear that the UFC brought back Otman Ozeta? Is he the guy that let the people into the hotel? That guy? Is that the guy? Man, I'm just watching Amanda Nunes. She is such a dangerous person, man. She's such a dangerous person. It's going to be an interesting fight, her and Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson can certainly stand with her. I just don't know. Again, Nunes is so dangerous across the board, on the ground, everywhere. Megan's a big girl, but man, she's a long, strong girl. Good stand up. Real good stand up. Interesting fight. Yeah, they did. Laugh out loud. Dana announced it. Interesting. She's like proper like experiment, man. Amanda Nunes, and I've seen her in real life. Like she's like Holly Holm is a big girl, like a big strong girl, and you can see it. And Amanda Nunes as well, like she's like big strong girl. Those two, Megan as well. Those three girls stand out to me as big strong women that like will put a hurting on someone. Um, she's tall, man. She's at least my height, So I'm 5'11". Yeah, the thing with Amanda though is that she's so good everywhere. Amanda's so good everywhere on the ground, standing up. She hits hard. She's brutal, man. She's really brutal. Yeah, that's a problem. I think Jack the Ripper. If Megan hasn't improved dramatically in her grappling, it's a hole that not only is she vulnerable with the grappling itself, but then the grappling starts to open up Amanda's striking. Um, I've never seen another woman. You're right, Mixie. I've never seen another woman like Cyborg hit hard, but Amanda punches different. Other than some women in professional boxing, like Ann Wolf or someone like that, I haven't really seen women punch the way Amanda does. No one in MMA. Hassan Ahmed, James Krause coaches her. He's a decent coach. She's had a lot of coaches, man, over the years. So she's had a lot of different coaches. And yeah, she's just very good, man. That what she has is from a long time ago, Unless Megan Anderson has gotten a lot better at defending takedowns, she has no chance. I wouldn't say she has no chance, but I definitely have to favor Amanda. And I'm going for Megan, being that she's from Australia. Randy, hello, Randy. How are you? So this is the fight that I have actually been waiting for. I'm really curious to see this fight. See how Nassourdine deals with the power of Phil Hawes, because that's no joke. Phil Hawes is is a monster. But last week, the diesel engine Marquez, he beat Phil Hawes. You know what I mean? He already beat Phil Hawes. So I'm really interested to see how this goes if Phil Hawes can't get inside that and get his power off. I don't know how he's going to deal with the crisp boxing of Imavov. And I've been waiting for this fight for a while. I was so bummed when this got called out the other day, when this got called off the other day. It's different. She physically moves other women when she punches them, can feel it. Yeah, she hits crazy hard, And like I said, like when I've seen her in real life, she's got a different like density to her than same as Holly Holm. They've got different density than a lot of women. Since Ronda, who has been a dominant wrestler in women's UFC, the problem is we haven't, other than like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Is changing camps overrated, Fab? Because under pressure, you'll just go back to what you know and used to. Um, Changing camps, I think, is good. it doesn't mean one thing or another. Sometimes you just need to. Sometimes you need a difference. Like you got as far, not because the other person is, not because your coaches aren't good or whatever. Da da da. Sometimes you get just to a point where you need a different looks. You need different stuff in your life. And you need different people there. That's number one. Number two is sometimes you and GSP said this about Connor, but this is about anyone. Sometimes you have to go, I have to change something, and you have to believe in the change that you made. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant. The first thing is making the change. Um, that's not always going to suit you later in life because sometimes the problem's you, but you have to be able to make a change and feel that you're moving forward and doing stuff. What is overrated is when it gets changed and then you see the guy win and you go, oh, he changed and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, dude, that guy's been, 12 years at Jackson's, for instance, and now he's moved to TriStar and then he won. That's got more to do with the work that he's already done at his other camp. You know what I mean? But you do sometimes you need that change. You need something different in your life, and that's normal. That's normal. Coach, are you excited about Volk versus Ortega? Please do a video about it. I will do. I can't because I spent like 8 weeks, 6 weeks or something 8 weeks working with Alex. I think I can't talk too much about it. I just don't feel it's professional of me to sit there and talk about it in the same way. David Morris, I feel, but I will do one, Hassan. Amanda says, should be a bigger star given how dominant she is. It's a shame that we still care so much about non-fight related factors. I don't know why the UFC doesn't market her as an LGBT champion. I don't know. I think, in fairness, the UFC audience, for the most part, is 18 to 45-year-old men that like to crush brewskis, But I think she's a monster. So I'm a big Amanda Nunes fan. And I think she should be a thing. Hassan Ahmed, fab thoughts on Leon versus Bilal. I would have liked to see Leon fight someone. I'm still stuck on the Hamzat fight, you know what I mean? Or Colby. I would have liked to see that fight. I think that'll be an interesting, like, striking matchup. But I think that, like, Bilal's quicker, a bit like, not that Leon's not quick. Leon just kind of gets you into his rhythm. And if it's kind of like, if Leon can get him into, like you're saying off the top of my head, if Leon can get him fighting into his rhythm and dancing to the beat of Leon's drum, I think Leon will get him. I think Leon will win a decision. Leon's very tidy, man. Bilal's more a bull to Leon's matador, I believe. Mexi worked well for Usman. Depends on the individual and personal motivation. Yeah, it depends a lot where you're at in your life. Like, there's so much things. But in fairness, Usman was winning way before he switched teams. That's a big thing you have to understand. The lightweight division is so good that it's easy to look not good enough if you fight only monsters. That is 100% true. Coach, who you got for Nunes versus Cejudo? Cejudo would smash her. That's for sure. Big difference, man. Men versus women in fighting. Big difference. That's why, like, domestic violence and stuff is such a big thing. Like, big difference. I think in the military and that, when they do like men versus women and stuff like that, it's like usually like a 30% weight advantage to the woman to make it like kind of even. Otherwise, big fucking difference, man. Testosterone is real. It's a real thing. MMA not as mainstream as we like to think. Also, women MMA not palatable to watch for casuals still, in my opinion. Possibly. I also think, yeah, I don't know. I don't think heaps of people line up to watch women's MMA without the storyline. I thought Edwards should have fought Wonderboy. Tough fight, but great for his argument for title shot. Yeah, I would have liked to. That's what I mean. I would have liked to see him fight Wonderboy. I would have liked to see him fight Covington or Hamzat, Nunes definitely is a superstar to me. She gets me to watch women's fights just because the level is usually lower with the women, unless it's a Nunes or a Shevchenko. That's true. And it gives you an idea of what a bad human Shevchenko is to have gone the distance with Amanda the way she has. Phil Hawes has taken a drink of water and he's about to get on now. I'm going to be very, very interested to see how Imavov deals with the power of Hawes. I think that Hawes does get a little bit wild. I don't think he's as refined as Imavov, but he's a G.I. Joe, so he's crazy power. Having said that, I don't know how he'll deal with Imavov's background in his in pure striking. Although Phil Hawes is very, very, very good wrestler with crazy power. That's always a good combination. In the fight that I saw him lose, he did tend to fade towards after that 7 or 8 minute mark. For the big, powerful guys like a Phil Hawes or someone like that, that 8 minute mark is the telltale sign of what's going to happen. Prior to that, he can hit you and start you at any stage. I think so. Yeah. Okay. So without the crowd, fighters can hear everything the coaches say. Doesn't matter if the other fighter hears it. To me, it's funny because like now he knows what you want to do. It depends on what you're doing, but generally, yes, you can, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you can take advantage of it. But you have to be listening to your corner and thinking about what you're going to do. Sometimes it'll happen. Yeah, for sure. You can hear exactly what they're saying. Yeah, you can hear what this. So it does. Do you watch Glory at all? Yeah, we did a fight companion with Glory recently. Bros, Phil looks terrifying. Arms like my quads. Yeah, man, he's like a pocket rocket. His delts are like cannonballs, man. He could have driven here and stopped on the way and did a bodybuilding comp. He's a minus 125 favorite. Is Phil? I'm interested to see, like I said, after that about that 8 minutes to see what happens. And Imavov is very, very good himself. So I want to see this. I want to see if he can what happens in this fight. Cheering hard for Imavov and the French MMA factory. I got family in France, in Paris, so I'll go for either one of them. We're off, guys. We're in the center. Both guys in the orthodox stance. Phil has definitely taken up the center of the octagon. Powerful leg kick to Imavov. Imavov standing with a nice. Ooh, takes another calf kick. Does Imavov from Hawes. Hawes extremely another calf kick by Hawes. Imavov's going to do something. Has to do something. He cannot keep taking those calf kicks. He's standing in a much more, I was about to say, in a more classical boxer stance. Big body shot by Hawes. Everything Hawes throws is with bad intention and with crazy power. Nice little jab by Imavov. Imavov's trying to keep him at range. Phil Hawes is showing a level change there. Touches the knee. Big overhand right. Another right hand by Hawes covers up by Imavov. Good defense by Imavov. Imavov's trying to get that range on Hawes, but Hawes is extremely dangerous, extremely gained. Hits him with a nice jab. Another crushing calf kick by Hawes on Imavov. You cannot take too many of those shots. Again with a level change. Hawes, massive calf kick again by Hawes. Imavov's going to have to do something about that. He cannot take too many more. Hawes, huge right hand, just wing and a miss. Again, they're in the clinch. Right hand over the top, landed by Hawes. Imavov has kind of initiated the clinch. I think those calf kicks have done a hell of a lot of damage. What's phase 2 for Imavov is going to be interesting because I have to give the grappling advantage to Hawes. And in a 3-round fight, Hawes is a monster. Imavov is doing a good job here, I think, of just settling the fight down a little bit. He's doing a good job of doing that because he can't let someone like Hawes, when he's this explosive, dictate the pace of the fight. He needs to find his range. He needs to wear Hawes out a little bit. Hawes' wrestling is no joke. I think he's a national champion at Juco. Either that or he's an All-American at Juco, but that's pretty decent level, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, by the way. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he's a JUCO national champ, which is big deal. Man, this is... Okay, so I do believe that whilst they're in this clinch and they're working, and Hawes has got a nice underhook, now he's got a body lock, and Imavov is doing a good job. Whilst this is happening, I think it takes away some of the power that Hawes has. Because Imavov, if I'm to believe this, is the more technical striker, the rangier guy, and Hawes is, like I said, could be the bull to Imavov's matador. But right now, Imavov does not have answers for Hawes' power. So right now, Hawes is winning the round comfortably. He's got a good body lock, deep underhook with the left hand. He's a much better wrestler, is Hawes, and he's doing a fantastic job of holding Imavov up against the cage. Now he's got double underhooks. Imavov's trying to make some distance. The only question I ask is, once that distance occurs, he's trying looking for the tie clinch is Imavov, but Hawes is in deep with a good head position. My question is, once he breaks off here, is he going to be able to deal with Hawes' power? Because Hawes' power is honestly awe-inspiring. It's very, very scary. Calf kick's been around for a while, though. Takedown by Phil Hawes. Great takedown. Imavov has not capitulated the takedown. He's still trying to get his hips up off the ground. He's got that knee down to the ground. And Hawes, again, is in complete control. Body lock, takedown. 58 seconds to go. Great takedown here. Going into half guard. This gets very difficult here against a good wrestler like Hawes, because Hawes will use that half guard like a Turk ride. And now he's crushing Imavov's head up against the cage. His head is parallel to the cage, but the body's perpendicular. This makes it very hard for you to move your hips. He's creating good shoulder pressure. He's looking to get... Imavov's going to go looking for a Kimura here on the wrong side, which is not the wrong side, but it's on the offside usually. I don't know that he's going to be able to do anything there other than just store any damage from Hawes. The problem here for Hawes as well, I believe, is that it's expending a lot of energy, but he hasn't really created a lot of damage. 11 seconds to go. There's still a chance that someone as powerful as Hawes can really do some damage now if Imavov relaxes a little too early. 2, 1, that's a round. The next 3 minutes, I believe, is going to be very, very telling for Hawes. Yeah, the calf kicks were pretty gnarly. Do you think if Australia was colonized by Portugal instead of England, we would have our own heavyweight champion by now in Oz? I don't understand. What do you mean by that? Hanoi tripper, you tripping. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, man. This next 3 minutes is going to be very, very telling. Has Imavov been able to take enough steam out of Phil Hawes? Has Phil Hawes done enough damage? How much power does Phil Hawes have left? But man, his leg kicks are crazy, man. Those leg kicks really, really did a lot of damage, I believe, for Imavov. We're about to kick off again, guys. Phil Hawes looks like a jumping jack over there in that corner. The next 3 minutes are going to be very interesting. Imavov's very keen to go. A calf kick feels like death, man. Like death. There's not much muscle there, man. The hand touch. Hawes looking to load up. Nice little jab by Imavov. Imavov again hits with jab. Big calf kick by Hawes. They both exchange jabs and swing and a miss with a calf kick. Nice side kick recovery by Hawes. Hawes goes in deep for a single leg. Imavov is able to defend that. Now he's got a reverse crossface on Hawes' single leg. This is what I mean. These next 3 minutes is going to be very, very, very interesting what happens here. Is Imavov going to be able to get him off the cage and start to land some of that jab and find his own distance? He stuffed that takedown in the middle of the octagon. And he's got the nice reverse crossface there. Crazy power does Phil Hawes, though. Good bicep control by Imavov. And he's got the better head positioning now. Another little cheeky knee landed there by Imavov. Right hand landed in the clinch there by Hawes. Hawes looking to hit the spleen there. It's got a nice deep underhook. Imavov keeps looking for that for the tie clinch up against the cage. Phil Hawes doing a good job of holding him there, but his head positioning is starting to lower a little bit. Imavov starting to find a little bit more space here than he did in the first round. Good level change by Hawes, but a great sprawl by Imavov. I think Imavov really needs to get off the cage and start finding that range, which I'm sure he knows this. I'm sure Hawes is not making this pleasant for him. Nice bicep control there by Imavov. And he's trying to frame. What he's trying to do here is frame with that left hand, Imavov, and then be able to find a little bit of space and get off the cage. But Hawes is doing a great job with his underhook. Nice shoulder strike there by Imavov. Problem is, he's off the cage. Off the cage. Now he's holding the center of the octagon. I don't know if he slipped there. I think he slipped. Little oblique kick landed by Imavov. Finds a little jab. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Hits Hawes with a little check hook. Hits him again with another little check hook. Left and right landed by Imavov. Hawes has definitely slowed down. This is what I'm talking about with those powerful guys at that 3-minute mark, like at the 8-minute mark, so to speak. They tend to start slowing down, but a great level change. Excellent double leg by Hawes. Is Imavov going to be able to get up and do some damage here? Because I do believe that Hawes has slowed down, but he's got that wrestling in the back pocket that allows him to keep going. Imavov needs to stand up because the thing that's going to take the most gas out of someone like Hawes is the fact that he does a double leg and he's not able to hold you down. What's saving Hawes right now is this wrist lock that he's doing on the Dagestani handcuff that he has on Imavov. But Imavov's doing a good job. As long as he keeps getting up, it's going to start to take away and away and away from Hawes' gas tank. He needs to peel Hawes off. So he needs to move to the right a little bit and peel Hawes off him. He's looking for a Kimura. I don't think he's going to get it, the Kimura, on someone as powerful as Hawes. And he's looking for this Kimura is Imavov. I would strongly say try and get up, Imavov. Try and get up. Try and get up. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Hawes is doing a fantastic job of holding him down. He's got that underhook now. Imavov looking to get that underhook. But very, very hard to get a big, explosive guy like Hawes off you with that wrestling pedigree, and his ability to hold you down would be second to none. Folk style is very, very, very good at holding people down, much better than freestyle. So he's landing some ground and pound. I don't believe that Imavov is going to get up from the bottom at this stage. And Hawes is doing a good job of holding him down. Now he has that underhook, I believe, does Imavov. He's 54 seconds. Imavov goes looking for another escape. It's not going to happen. He's not going to do this from this. He can't capitulate the takedown. As soon as the takedown occurs, he has to get up straight away and make Hawes work. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to do it. Nice elbows landing from the bottom of Imavov. But Hawes is doing a fantastic job. He's holding him down, squaring up the hips so that the back stays flat on the ground. He's got the deep underhook on the far side. He's doing everything right to hold him down. There's 27 seconds to go, but I do believe that a lot of the explosion has left Phil Hawes. He's still got that wrestling in the back pocket. Good job. Good job by Phil Hawes. 15 seconds to go. Imavov looking for some space, but a nice little elbow, cheeky little elbow landed by Imavov. Pushes away, frames and lands the elbow on the way down. But Hawes is definitely winning this round. He's winning the fight. Imavov needs a stoppage. If Australia had 200 million people like Brazil instead of 20 million, we'd have a champ. Well, in fairness, we have two champs, just not a heavyweight. You know what I mean? We've had two champs. So now I think I get what you're talking about. But the jiu-jitsu, like that fight culture from Brazil didn't come from necessarily the Portuguese. And Australia has always had a good fight culture. We've had a lot of boxing, kickboxing champions. We've had two UFC champions. If Australia had 200 million people like Brazil instead of 20 million, we'd have a champ. Well, like I said, we've had very good fighters come through here. Okay, we're about to kick off. This round's going to be interesting. If Imavov can stay on his feet, because he did land some really good shots on him in that towards the end. The first minute will be hard because Phil Hawes has had a rest. We're off. Nice front kick there by Imavov. Another calf kick by Hawes. Imavov keeps moving Hawes back. Hawes looking for that calf kick. It's not there. What a nice takedown by Hawes. Hawes is such good wrestling. Such good wrestling. Nice job by Hawes. Imavov has to get free at all costs. That wrist control is what's saving him saving Hawes at the moment. Imavov cannot capitulate the takedown. He has to fight it at all costs. If he gets taken down, he has to pop back up because that is what's going to take the most energy out of Hawes. Hawes is trying to rest on this. Imavov has to work and work and work to get off the cage. He's losing 2 rounds to none, and Hawes is not the same Hawes he was in that first 2 rounds. But the wrestling that he has is just such a high-level wrestler. He's looking for the tie clinch is Imavov, and Hawes doing a fantastic job of holding him up against the cage. Little knee landed by Imavov, then a left on the break. 1-2 goes missing for Imavov. Hawes shows a level change. I believe he's going to look for that overhand right very, very, very soon. Imavov lands a little overhand right of his own. Goes looking for a knee down the middle. Right hand by Hawes. Imavov, I think, capitulated way too much space there to Hawes. He does not want to be held up against the cage by Hawes. Hawes looking for little level changes. Imavov has to go with a jab. He cannot be held back. He goes looking for a looping left hook. Nothing doing. Lands a calf kick, does Hawes. There's 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Imavov needs to land some jabs. Needs to put something between him and Hawes. Another little check hook by Imavov. Looping hook by Imavov. Little uppercut landed there by Imavov, but Hawes got a good chin, showing off a good chin, and does a fantastic job of holding him up against the cage again. 3 minutes to go. Imavov has to work. Imavov has to get that frame in with the right arm and work his way off the cage. He has to do it. Hawes can just lay on him like this and win this round. Hawes can just stay here for the remainder of the round. Imavov has to get off this cage. He has to frame. He's looking to get that underhook is Imavov. It looks like Hawes is holding onto the cage. Goes looking for a guillotine, does Imavov. Little overhand right landed by Hawes. Then he muscles Imavov up against the cage again. Imavov needs to frame. He needs to frame here and work his hips off the cage. He's looking for the reverse crossface here. I think. So he's looking to make space here, looking for the reverse crossface. Now he's gone back to the tie clinch. The tie clinch is not going to work against Hawes in this position. He's just too strong of a wrestler. Nice frame. That's a frame we're looking for, and he landed a little cheeky elbow on that frame. I do believe that Hawes is holding onto the cage. Another elbow landed by nice knee landed. 1 minute 44 seconds. Imavov has to go. Left hand landed by Imavov. Right hand. He has rocked Hawes. Hawes is rocked. A left hand landed. Right uppercut landed. Hawes has got a chin on him, but he is gassed. Imavov has to make some space and land shots. He cannot lean up against Hawes and let him recover. He has to make some space and continue to land shots. Another little cheeky left hand landed. He's looking with a tie clinch. He cannot do that. He has to make the space. Hawes is doing a fantastic job of surviving. He's got such a good chin. But as I said, I've noticed that before with Hawes and other powerful people, it is a different game after those first 7 or 8 minutes. But Hawes is doing a good job of holding on. Imavov, he has to make the space and land the shots. For me, it's an exciting fight because I can see what's happening between both guys. He has to frame and get off, but he's absolutely exhausted. Both guys are absolutely spent. Imavov had Hawes in trouble twice. Once at the end of the second and definitely here at the third. With 44 seconds to go, Imavov lands another elbow. Another good elbow on Hawes. This is going to go down to the wire. He has to make the space. Does Imavov lands another elbow? He has to make the space here. Make space and get out. Lands another elbow. Hawes has got a granite head. Lands a little uppercut, but he's gassed. I don't think there's too much on his shots. Lands a knee. There's 22 seconds to go. Lands a right hand and a left. He has to make the spaces. 18 seconds to go. A right and a left. And again, Hawes is surviving. Something's keeping Hawes up. They exchange shots. Another right hand landed on Hawes. There's 10 seconds to go. A cheeky left hand landed by Imavov. 7 seconds to go. 5, 3, 2, 1. And Hawes wins that fight. Not the third round, though. Not the third round. The third round, I believe, was Imavov's. Wow. 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 Hawes looks very heavy. Got to be missed. Fab's doing way better technical. Thank you, John Condrums. John Condrums. I really appreciate it, man. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tell me what you think. Write in the comments below. Join the commentary. We love it. Try and keep the commentary, guys, nice. You know what I mean? We have a no dickhead policy. Every now and then someone resurfaces. Please, I trust you guys to police that as well. Anthony DeLocke says, that is awesome. I always wanted MMA radio. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys watching and following. I love it. Thank you. Trust me, John. Petition for Fab. Ha ha ha. Guys, please petition for me. Do that, please. Thank you so much. I think some level of claustrophobia would be good for takedown defense. I remember being stuck under a 10-man ruck in rugby and I panicked and just exploded out. Man, you know, the thing is, you have to get to a point, like, as soon as, when you get taken down, you have to pop up right there and then. That moment where you get taken down, you go, oh shit, I got taken down too late. Soon as you hit the ground, you got to pop up. Otherwise, someone like Phil Hawes will hold you down. And he will win the fight like that. He will win the fight. He did a good job. He did the right things. But like I said, I know that at 8 minutes, he's not there. Not the same. But man, he has a chin. Hawes is so strong and has such good technique. It's probably less like a wet blanket and more like a collapsed building. Yeah, it's brutal. Way better than the guys on today. Thank you, John Condrums. Who is more damaged? I don't know who's more damaged, but Phil Hawes won that fight. Fab, will BJJ ever get into the Olympics? I don't know, man, because the thing with BJJ, and I like BJJ, like Olympics were trying to take wrestling out like a few years ago. If people remember, so I don't know, you know, like I don't know if it'll get through. I hope it does. The more combat sports for me, the better. But I don't know that it will. You know, just it's very similar to judo for a layperson, and saying no gi is for a layperson. It's similar to wrestling. I'm talking for a layperson. I'm talking about general population that watches. It'll be a bit hard. Laser fan, sorry for being late. Heffair surf is good. The surf was good. Thank you. That there is Pip Dennison. He's one of my surfing coaches. I hope to do him proud, but a lot of the times I don't. Hassan Ahmed says Fab's commentary is much better than the ESPN commentary. Laugh out loud. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. I'm just I might miss some people, guys, because I would just want to catch up to like the fights and where we're at. I just started watching Glory like a week ago, and I'm a Cedric Doumbé fanboy. Now can't wait to see the guy transition to MMA. Crazy, man. We had him on the podcast, man. He's unreal. Joel O says, just turn down the UFC commentary and just let Fab do his thing. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Fab, you should actually try and do commentary. You'd be very good at it. Well, I am. Hawes won, but man, he took a beating. Yes, he did. Yes, he absolutely took a fucking beating, man. I think he's going to run into trouble in the upper echelons where guys get him out of those 8 minutes. You know, get him out of those 7 or 8 minutes. Guys that have better striking, more technical, that can survive that 8 or 9 minutes. That when he fought Jacob, because I know Jacob, I thought that Jacob's got a crazy gas tank. I thought if Jacob could survive those first 7-8 minutes, he would beat Phil. Jacob's stand-up is very good. and he's got very, very, very good cardio. But Phil Hawes went out there and executed, man. And Phil Hawes can beat anyone in those first 5 minutes. Kind of like Hector, kind of like a Hector Lombard. Hawes looked amazing. I called it, guys, for the people that I said before. Like 1.5 minutes, 1.5 rounds, he looks fantastic. I brought a really sweet tatami gi. It's a nice black one with nice white stitching. Was going to start BJJ, but then the gym's closed. Sorry to hear that, Hassan, man. Sorry to hear that. Hassan, Hawes looked amazing sound a bit like Mark the Hammer Castanidis, but more informed. Oh, come on, dude. Castanidis is a man as well, man. Castanidis is the man. I'll be back in a second, people. I'm back, people. I had to go get water. It is so hot in this room, man. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends about it, share it, do everything you can. This fight, again, I'll go for Aleksei all day. We had him on the podcast. Huge fan of Aleksei. Lovely guy. And I tell you what, after I spoke to him, he's such a manly man that I felt like a woman after I spoke to him. He's crazy. Sound Hector Lombard in bare knuckle these days. Man, he's a scary man. Had he gone into bare knuckle, I think like when he was at his peak, no one would beat him, man. The way those rounds are in that, fuck, he's a scary man. Fab, we need to see you at the ESPN commentary desk. We need to get the ball rolling somehow. Mate, hashtag the movement, Hassan. That's your job, man. I trust in you. The movement. You've got to start the movement. Fab to the UFC. The movement. Anyone watch Van Zandt loss in BKFC? No, I haven't. Did she get beat up? Who would you have as a color commentator if you were going to do play-by-play? Man, I don't know, man. I'm just doing this because I love it. I don't know. I don't even know how it works properly, you know? Eli. I'd have Eli as a color commentator. How could I even go past? Where's my loyalty at? You know, that's lost on the youth of today. Eli. I'd have Eli or David Roberts as my wingman. David Roberts, the baddest motherfucker about. Hey, mi chico Juan Espino con Aleksei. Yeah, man, for sure. He's just said, hey, my boy Juan Espino with Aleksei. Oleinik is classy. Mate, he is. He's a man's man. I made an Insta account just to watch your rice cooking recipe. I was amazed at your chopstick dexterity. Would you classify them as a deadly weapon in your hands? I am so scared of people finding out. I should never have put her on Instagram, because if that gets out, I could be bombed for having weapons of mass destructions. You could have this whole South Coast bombed. Yeah, hashtag Fabulite Hassan Ahmed, hashtag Fab for ESPN. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When is the next podcast with Whitaker? I don't know. I'm not really doing a lot of podcasts at the moment, anyways, with anyone really. Just got a lot on at the moment. I want to start doing some podcasts. I got a couple lined up. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. I liked and subscribed, but the notification bell doesn't work. Should Hawes have won the second round? He had the most control, but he did very little damage and got rocked pretty hard halfway through. Man, the problem is it's very hard for you to make it. I understand what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but it's very hard for you to win like a 10 seconds, 15 seconds of a round, even though you rocked someone, and lose the rest of the round. Because at the end of the day, he hurt him. He did hurt him. It's undeniable that he hurt him, but he far from even stopped him. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't stop him or drop him or really or end up on top. Had he won only those 20 seconds, had Phil have controlled the whole round, and you told me he dropped him and almost finished him, and that was the only 15 seconds he won and got saved by the bell, then I'd probably go, yeah, he could have won. But it's hard when he hurt him, he rocked him, but then Phil Hawes did a double leg and took him down. So it's hard for you to say you did that much damage when the guy was still able to hold you down. You know, that's where I feel that Phil Hawes has more of a case that he won that round. Bros love games. Oleinik's reach is crazy too. He's built to strangle things. I'm telling you, dude, watch a podcast that he did with me, and he's talking about how when he was younger, he used to just go and do 500 push-ups and all sorts of shit. He's just a monster. I kept tagging Grange TV on other YouTube MMA channels. You're the best, James. I love it. I love the support, guys. I really, really, really love and need the support. So thank you so much. Fighting the good fight. Hassan Ahmed, Fab, I hunted some good guests for you. Would be good to see them on the podcast. We will talk about that, Hassan. At the moment, man, though, as well, my cup is pretty full. Like, I don't have a huge amount of time to do all the guests and that. So I have to pick very, very carefully the people that I have, because I don't have time to do it. I'm studying a postgraduate at uni. I'm got a baby girl, working, doing this podcast, like doing the commentary and that. So that eats up, half my Sunday already. So yeah, I'm pretty busy, with that at the moment. So yeah, but I appreciate, man, Hassan and everyone. I really appreciate the support and the help and all of that. I really do. I would take a commentary job like this. Doesn't have to be with the UFC. I would go to Glory or Bellator or fucking ONE FC anywhere. Do you wish Western MMA was scored more like Pride used to score, where the ending strong was more important? I liked how Pride was scored, but there was still always problems with that as well. Like, look, if you think of like the Nogueira versus Rico Rodriguez fight, and I believe that Nogueira won that fight, but you could argue that Rico had the control. So it's one of those things, man. Like, I don't know. There were problems with that as well. What are you studying, Fab? I'm studying mental health stuff. I'm doing social work and mental health work, so a master's in that. I'm really interested in that field, and look to do something with like mental health and that with the coaching and with the fighting stuff that I have my background in already. So my first degree is in health science in sport. Even I think if Hawes just stayed at range, he'd have had an easier time. Nah, not after the first 5 to 7, 8 minutes. He would have got picked apart. How you doing, Fab? Any fights you're especially excited for? Man, Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. That's a big one for me. I'm really excited to see that. Do you see Daukaus as a future champ? We'll know soon enough, sir. We'll know soon enough. Fab will make you the president of the US. I'm not even a citizen. I'm not even in the country. I'm starting the Fab commentary movement, Hassan Ahmed. Nothing is more effective than a teenager with nothing to do and an internet connection. Mate, all sorts of movements have started like that. So, Hassan, mate, if you're onto that, you might score yourself another free shirt. You and Ferguson, I'd love to see you on Charles grappling events. Problem is, dude, I wouldn't feel as comfortable commentating grappling as I do fighting. I don't have like the grappling knowledge, so to speak. Like I know I'm a grappler, like first and foremost, but it's different. I'm better with this, like with grappling and fighting, more than I am at commentating grappling. It's just weird. I think just the way that I am, I'm more suited to fighting. Grappling, you have to know, if you're going to commentate grappling, you have to know all the nuances, and it's so slow. There's so much better guys than me for grappling. Fab, do I ever watch Jordan Peterson's lectures? No, a little bit, but not much. No. Daukaus' bodies looks very bad, but that means nothing. Has some impressive hand speed. Yeah, man, it's not a bodybuilding contest. He doesn't look unfit though. He doesn't look like his stomach isn't like protruding and sagging and shit. It's just the way he's built. What do you think about Robert Whitaker versus Paulo Costa matchup? I think that Rob has a jab that's a little bit too quick. He blitzes in on pretty quick, very fast. You know, he's got a lot of dexterity and a lot of different vocabulary in his kicks that's going to cause Paulo a lot of problems. And grappling wise, I think Rob's a much better grappler. So I think that outside of Paulo catching him with a left hook or right uppercut or something on Rob's way in or on Rob's way out, other than that, I don't see him beating Rob. I think Rob's too good everywhere, in my opinion, and just a little bit too quick. And we are about to start. They touch hands. I'm going to say the name wrong. Daukaus versus Oleinik. Already swinging for the fences, both guys. Daukaus puts him up against the cage. He's got a deep left underhook. But this is good for Oleinik. This is Oleinik's game. Oleinik's with a 2-1. Nice little 2-1. Very cheeky move there. Oleinik's got a nice 2-1. And now he's looking for the body lock. Here's Oleinik. He's got the double overhooks with good head position. Oleinik's such a monster, man. Just that little 2-1, the way he got that encircled off the fence, you just don't see enough of it. Oleinik is doing like a head arm pull into guard. He's going into a deep half. He's sitting down. You don't see this a lot. This is lost on the youth of today. Oleinik is a monster. Big hands landed by Daukaus. Daukaus landed him huge hands, but Oleinik just has his hands up, takes a front kick by Daukaus. Daukaus is in a good stance here. They're just swinging. There's no cutting off of the octagon. There's no anything. Daukaus wants another right hand lands. Oleinik wants this fight on the ground at all costs. Level changes by Oleinik. He's showing him. Daukaus in a southpaw stance and switches back to orthodox, throws a right hand. Oleinik with a massive overhand right. They exchange shots. These are two big men in there. Ooh, goes looking for it. Oleinik seems to have landed a kick there. Lands a little stiff jab, does Oleinik. Oleinik like a crazy, like, oh, eats a left hand and a right hand by Daukaus. Daukaus comes in and lands an elbow over the top and a knee. He lands a combination, a left and a right and another knee down the middle. Oleinik's taking too many shots here. He's taking a left and a right. He's trying to cover up. He's out on his feet. He's out. Stop the fight, ref. He's out on his feet. He's out on his feet. He's covering up. That's it. Done. Daukaus looked very, very impressive. Yeah, man. He could give anyone fits in that division. That was sad to see. Took a lot of shots, did Oleinik. Wow. Fab, remember the notes I sent you on Burns versus Usman? I was right about the jab and Burns getting too over aggressive. Hassan Ahmed. This is the thing I think about that fight in particular. and Burns in particular. I think Burns is a very dangerous striker, but I don't think he has the pedigree and the knowledge on the ground, on the feet, to last 25 minutes with someone that's methodical and is going to start to pick him apart. He can knock anyone out in 5 minutes. But the way I see him striking is like how you see like a good purple belt or a good brown belt on the ground. That's very, very explosive and very, very, very strong. He might survive with a Gilbert Burns on the ground for 5, 6, 7 minutes, where his explosiveness and he knows enough technique and everything to be able to survive and to even launch some attacks. But eventually, that experience is going to start to get undo him, and his strength and his physicality will play less of a factor. And I see that with Burns and his stand up. He's very, very good, but once someone methodical starts to shut him down, his physicality starts to drop, and he doesn't have the same technical abilities to be able to fight at the same pace for 25 minutes. So yes, you are right, and that's where that comes from, I believe. Rob should have a lot of options for attack. Polo very few, in my honest opinion, from Anguel. Yes, he does. Having said that, that doesn't make Polo any less dangerous. I just believe that it'll be hard for him to deal with Rob. Daukaus too fast with the hands. Yes, he was. Hassan Ahmed, Randy, I'm starting the movement. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That was sad, Hassan. That was sad. Yeah, man. That was. I hate to see that. You know what I mean? Oleinik was about to get Yamasaki by Herb Dean. Yeah, man. I thought that he took a few too many shots, man. That was a bad stoppage, not the worst. But I think Big John or Keith Peterson should have a talk with Herb that Amanda Ribas stoppage was horrendous. That's from David Morris. Yeah, look, man, I thought that was a pretty... It's hard, man, because we're watching it like this, and Herb Dean's watching from up close, and he's seeing Oleinik still move. And, you know, Oleinik still standing. He's still all right. It's not like he got stretched off. I didn't, you know, and I've got a thing that I don't want Oleinik to get hurt. Yeah. Should do Aleksei versus Arlovski. Yeah, that'd be an interesting fight. I think what's Jacko's next move with the UFC? Again, I don't know, but I'm going to keep throwing Juan Espino out there for anyone because I like Juan Espino. Rob has more angles to exploit than Polo has. 100%. Oh, you're asking what's Jacob's next move with the UFC? I'm assuming which you're talking about Jacob Malkoon. I don't know. I don't know about any of that stuff. I don't know. Either way, I don't know. Herb Dean can look in their eyes, which is a different way of telling if they're okay or giving up. Yeah, it's hard, man. Like, it's easy to look from out here. Like, I was like, stop the fight. But, you know, I'm not the ref. I'm not in there. I can't see what the guys are feeling. I can't see where exactly the shots are landing. I can't see how much fight a guy still has left in him. Hassan Ahmed, what belt am I in BJJ? Brown belt. Been grappling for a long time, but I'm brown belt in BJJ. But I haven't worn a gi for ages. I haven't really grappled for a long time. But I'm brown belt in a gi. I love Costa, but he needs to add more than winging hooks to his game. Yes, that's right. He's got a high guard and he comes in, and up until a certain point when you're the bigger, stronger guy, it can get you the job done. But there is a stage where I don't think that he beats the upper echelon guys. And I do think that the Romero he beat wasn't the same Romero from even Rob. The fight Rob had with Romero second time, Romero didn't look as good as he did in the first Rob fight. Add more than winging hooks. Fab pulling a Dan Hardy. I don't understand the reference. Holloway just got his purple belt, so I'm trying to set up a grappling match. Not with me. Holloway would smash me, dude. I'm a fucking retired fat dad, and Holloway's a fucking one of the best fighters to ever do it. He's got body kicks. Juan Espino's a problem for everyone. They're lucky he's no spring chicken. 100%. Rob versus Usman? You're talking about Super Skunk? I think Rob's fucking way too big, man. Way too big, way too strong, way too fast. Much better striker. and I haven't seen anyone out grapple Rob yet. So I think that will be hard for Usman, because Usman's very good at. I think had Rob still been fighting at welterweight, Usman would beat him, but not at middleweight, man. Not at middleweight. That's the thing, and Usman's not a true MMA middleweight. He's great for that division, and he has a lot of mechanical advantages at 170 that he wouldn't enjoy at 185. Martovi, damn, I was pretending to fall asleep next to my dog and ended up falling asleep. How much have I missed? He missed a couple of good fights, man. He missed a couple of good fights. 3 good fights. Dan Hardy screaming at Herb to stop the fight when he was cage side, and Dana saying if he does it again, he'll fire him. Yeah, like, to me, honestly, I think that's really out of line. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, you're not, no disrespect to Dan Hardy. I'm sure he probably got caught up in the moment. Maybe he knew the fighter. That hurts as well sometimes when you know the guy. So I'm not being real hard on Dan like that. I'm not saying that. But because, people say stuff, and I know guys personally, and it upsets me, so I understand where Dan might be coming from. But from just strictly objective, from a, point A to point B thing, I don't agree with anyone jumping in and telling anyone how to do their job like that, because it's, it's easy for me to say shit when I'm not the one doing it. It's not an easy job. Refereeing is not an easy job. Go and do this if you think it's an easy job. Go down to the local, like, police boys club or the Y or whatever, depending on what country you're in. Try referee under 15's basketball game, a semi-serious one, and you'll see how hard it is. You can't just call travel and go, oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean it was a travel. It's fucking hard. Then try and do that in real time. It's not easy. Rio Romero in the second fight versus Whitaker looked almost unbeatable. He looked unbeatable for different reasons, though. And me being like ringside for that fight, technically the way he was moving and the way he wasn't moving anywhere like he was in that first fight. I honestly thought that fight was going to get stopped, man. Like, he looked unbeatable because he couldn't fucking be hurt. That's why he looked unbeatable. But technically, he wasn't anywhere near the same guy that he was in the first fight. Yeah, Dan, you the guy, the fighter is from my hometown, forgot his name. Yeah, so that's hard. Yeah, man, like, reffing's hard, man. Reffing's, when I was a kid, I was in high school. No, not in high school. Yeah, I was in high school. I was like 15, 16. I used to play basketball, and I used to referee basketball, and they used to give me like $5 a game, and I hated it. And then I refereed like the next level up. I like refereed like local level. Then I refereed the next level up, which was like a representative game. And I did one of them, and I thought, this shit is not for me. And I never refed anything ever again in my life. It's a hard job. Dan Hardy, I don't know. Is Dan Hardy genuinely considering coming back as a fighter? Is that a genuine thing? I don't know. He was a great fighter back in the day. It's hard because you know what happens when you're this age, because Dan would be about my age. You feel good, and this is provided you're not on the juice. Like, you feel good, and technically you're better than you've ever been, but you're not the same. You're not, like, the testosterone levels aren't the same. You don't recover the same when you train. It's not the same. Even though you're technically better, your body doesn't move the same. You might do one fight and do really, really well. And Dan Hardy is a fantastic athlete and a fantastic fighter, so I don't see it below him, provided that he gets matched up correctly. Yeah, see, Dan Hardy versus Matt Brown, that's interesting. Fab, are you going to try and get your black belt? I'll be honest with you, it's never really been a thing of mine. I always wrestled and grappled without the gi. And then, at times I'd go, depending on what friends of mine were doing or what people were doing, or if I was coaching somewhere or whatever, I'd put the gi on and roll. And I always got more belts as a result thereof. Like, never been a thing where I've gone like, that's what I want to do, is get my black belt. Never really been that thing for me. I don't know. I don't really roll that much anymore as well. It's real hard on my body. I got a very, very, very bad knee. And so it's not my top list of priorities. I'd rather get my master's degree and see what happens moving forward. Yeah, it's just never been my thing. And now with the real bad knee as I'm getting older, it's not really the biggest thing. Yeah, Hardy has been in the USADA he's been on the list for 6 months or more. Okay. If he gets matched up correctly, I think, yeah, great. Hardy's already called out Anthony Pettis and Nick Diaz. Crazy. Yeah, interesting. Randy, hashtag me too at Hassan Ahmed. Joseph, I still remember UFC 225. You all took Rob's leg kick straight to the neck and just ate it like a sandwich. I got scared for Rob, to be honest. Laugh out loud. Dude, I was in the corner and I heard that kick. Like, you have no idea what that kick was like. I was right behind him and it went crack and the sweat went, it exploded. And I yelled, "That's it. It's done. You won. Yeah, blah, blah." I thought he won. Like, I thought that was it. And y'all walked through it. I think that I've never seen anyone take shots like that ever in my life. Not even fucking close. I've never seen anything like even remotely fucking close to what I saw that day. Hassan Ahmed at Randy love the hashtag. Nick versus Hardy would be a banger, perfect for a comeback. Yeah, it would be 100%. Hardy versus Hamzat took it. Book it. Nah. Dan Hardy was also campaigning for 160. Okay. If you guys watch the first ever Grange TV, Fab, Rob shows how yours shaked his head after Rob hit him with a high kick in the first fight. Man, it was crazy. He took that. I've never seen anything like it. Like, he took it like nothing. And not only that, in the first 2 rounds, the amount of shots he took, Romero, like jabs to the face, broke his orbital. Fight should have been a wrap there and then. Like, I've never. And when he took that head kick, right? When he took that head kick, he took it with broken orbitals. So I don't know, dude. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. So no, in short, I don't think that Romero was the same one since. And he wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, I'm interested now to see what's happening. I think this featherweight fight, is it? Yeah, it's a featherweight fight. This is an interesting fight. I think, yeah, I like watching the featherweights and see what it also means for the division. These guys are both pretty good, man. This Mina guy on the ground is good, very good. And Charles Rosa is very good as well. Yeah, Mina on the ground is good. He's walking in. I think Rose is walking in now. These guys are so there. I like watching these little guys, man. I like watching the featherweights. I'm a little bit more invested in the featherweights as well, just from being more familiar with Alex. So this fight's going to be interesting. Derrick Mina. he's adorable. Fab, what's the quickest way to progress to blue belt? Be on the mats all the time and grapple all the time. That's the quickest way to get your belts. I got my blue belt. There you go. I was just training, never really trained in a gi, and just trained wrestling and just mucked around. I wrestled seriously, but I just mucked around with submission stuff with friends and that. And then I went to Brazil. I was in Brazil for about 3-4 months, and I got my blue belt there. I trained in a gi every day. From Kavaka. Kavaka gave me my blue belt, but I'd already been wrestling and doing stuff. Like, I wasn't like I just got there and got my blue belt. And I was there 3 times a day. At the time, Buchecha was at that gym. He was a purple belt. Nivaldo Oliveira was there. He was a black belt already. A guy named Thiago Abreu, Bayana, he was there. He was a purple belt. There's a whole bunch of really good guys, man, in that gym, and they were like all purple belts and brown belts. Coach, your head is extra shiny today. I just got out of the ocean just before I did this podcast. Like, I literally just made it. I actually liked the Yoel Izzy fight from James the Juiceman. It was a good fight. I liked it too. I always I like just about any fight. You Australian guys had such good K1 fighters like Peter Graham, Ben Edwards, Sam Greco, Mark Hunt, dude. Come on, Mark Hunt. Yeah, Sam Greco, Ben Edwards, Peter Graham. It's a bunch of others, man. Like a whole bunch of others. Jack the Ripper, how's your Portuguese? Or did you get by with more Spanchuguese? But no, my Portuguese now is not that good because I don't really speak with anyone. But I can understand everything. Like if people speaking in Portuguese, I can understand. And when I was there by the end of the trip, it was getting by, yeah. Peter Graham versus Badahari is a classic. They had 3 fights, because they had the fights in the hotel. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. What did you think of Yoel versus Izzy? It was an interesting fight. Both of them are very tactical, very smart with how they fought. I think that Izzy was able to pull the trigger just a little bit more. Man, Australia, New Zealand, yeah, but he was based out of here for a long time, so I kind of claim Mark Hunt. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. He is from New Zealand, definitely from New Zealand, but he's here as well. You know what I mean? Like he lives here. He's been here for forever. And when he moved here and he was fighting out of here when he won. But yeah, he's a New Zealander. Of course, he's New Zealander first. Peter Graham broke my heart. I'm going to try and learn Spanish by watching Spanish news with English subtitles. Man, you're lucky because you live in England, so you can travel. This is Hassan Ahmed. You can travel to Spain relatively easily. It's pretty close. And like Spanish is a phonetic language. So how you write it is how you say it. So it's much easier to learn than English. So yeah. So 34 years old is Charles Rosa. Derrick Minner is 30 years old. The Joe A. Martinez is the ring announcer. I'm interested to see this fight. Pretty excited. 25-11 as a record. He's an underdog paying plus 160. 5 feet 7 inches, 146 pounds. I think Ketlen Vieira will win. That's me. That's my opinion. I think she's a little bit more accomplished in her grappling than Yana. And I think that she'll probably be able to get it down. Minus 190. She's very good. Like so she won nationals in Brazil as a wrestler. She's a black belt in judo and a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like, and I've seen her fight before. She's got some good takedowns, if she can get it off. And her grappling is good, and she's awkward, kind of long. She's good. Mark Smith's a referee. He's in the middle. And we're about to start, people. Charles Rosa looks amped. Minna looks calm. And we're off. Dave, you mentioned you had a wrestling background. Is there a wrestling culture in Australia? I'm always fascinated by which countries and regions have this and why. We do not have a wrestling culture in Australia. Jiu-jitsu is big now. Jiu-jitsu, grappling, judo is pretty big, but wrestling, no. It was bigger before. So in the clinch now, Minna's throwing big knees down the middle in the clinch. Rosa in the southpaw stance. Minna in orthodox. Rosa holding the center of the octagon, bouncing in and out, looking for that right hand. He's kind of squared off on the shoulders. He has a really interesting stance. Looks for that left kick, does Rosa. Minna's creeping in and starting to hold the center of the octagon, standing in the orthodox stance. They trade low kicks with, I believe, Rosa coming the better off. I think he landed that calf kick nicely. Left straight. Oh, lands a nice uppercut, does Minna. Then the boys are trading big shots with knees down the middle. Some dirty boxing by Minna. Again, Rosa in the southpaw stance, in a bladed stance. Minna's in the orthodox stance. Both boys, Rosa comes blitzing in, but Minna's throwing heat as soon as he gets within range of Rosa. Left body kick landed there by Rosa, but Minna gets a takedown, goes looking for the back. He's got a body lock, but Rosa should be able to turn his back onto the cage from this position here. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to get flat, but Minna gets a takedown with a body lock, and I believe he's in mount already. And Minna has some dangerous jiu-jitsu, but Rosa's very, very good himself on the ground. He's managed to get a half guard back. Rosa goes looking for I believe he's looking for now he's not, but now he's looking for a guillotine / Japanese necktie from the top here. And he's looking, big shots landing. I think Rosa looks like he's got good control here. He's looking for, he's getting he's got his shin through there, so it is a shield. As long as you can keep your knees and your hips between you and your opponent, you're pretty much safe as a guard, But Mina's got really good grappling. He threatened with a nice pass there. This gets hard as well when somebody's got an active pass, like they're a good passer. And I'll use Rodolfo Vieira as a very good example. When somebody is a very good passer and they're constantly trying to pass your guard, it makes the guy on the bottom constantly be working, and it's very, very fatiguing. Rosa's showing some good dexterity, goes looking for an armbar, but doesn't have it, rolls to his turtle. But Mina is all over him in this position. Mina's got some really good ground game. Charles Rosa goes rolling for a knee bar. I don't think he's going to get it. Lands some good ground and pound, does Mina. Mina's landing some good ground and pound here. Rosa keeps on this, looking for this leg. He's left it now. He's got a butterfly in. He goes looking for a half guard now. He switches back. Mina's got very, very, very good top game. Very good top game. He could have threatened with an arm triangle there if Rosa wasn't careful. Constantly looking to pass. This is very, very fatiguing for the guy on the bottom. And then you got to factor in strikes. Man, it's hard. So he's doing a good job. He's passed now. He's gone to side control. Rosa went looking for a das, I believe, from the bottom. He's got a nice active guard, does Rosa, but Mina's making him work for it, constantly trying to pass. And I do believe that he may pass later in the fight. I think he's going to pass. So far, he's passed. He's got the mount. There's a minute 15 seconds to go. He's landed some nice elbows. Now he's got the half guard back, does Rosa, but he's threatening with an arm triangle is Mina. This is incredibly fatiguing for Rosa to be on the bottom and constantly be defending the ground and pound. Submission attempts now, plus the guard passing. It's very, very difficult. He's somewhat safe here. Now he's not. Now now he is. Yes. He goes looking for an armbar, does Rosa, but Mina, it seems his top game is quite good, man. It's very, very good. He's very, very clever. He goes looking for a back take, does Mina. Nice work. They're trading footlock positions here. Not so much Mina, but Rosa goes looking for a toe hold. Mina rolls out of it. Now he goes looking for a knee bar. Does Rosa. There's 20 seconds to go. It's hard to get the knee bar the way that he was with kind of the stomach down, because you just don't have the same leverage to create that leg lock. There is a space here for an inverted heel hook, but it's not going to happen with 2 seconds to go. That's a bell. Definitely Mina's round. Definitely. Crazy pace. Crazy grappling pace. I think with Derrick Lewis's determination and grind, he's a shoo-in to get record for most powdered donuts eaten without licking their lips. Would you agree? Man, I'm not making fun of Derrick Lewis in case one day I walk into him or I see him and he beats the fuck out of me. I'm not doing that. They are going to be tired, man. That's a pretty heavy grappling round at a really fast pace. A lot of different positions exchanged. So, that was pretty full on there. Man, Rosa had to work overtime from the bottom there. Yeah, absolutely. It's really, really hard, man, to defend that. When somebody gets you down the way that Mina did, and then he starts to land ground and pound and he's passing your guard, and you have to really work to fight his hips off and fight gravity, because you have to frame. You have to frame to keep that space between you and him from him crushing you. So you have to frame with your arms and try and get your hips and your knees in between you and the guy that's passing. It's a lot of work, especially when the guy starts to pass and he starts to land some ground and pound. So we're off again. Rosenstruck versus Ghana. That's going to be crazy. Again, Rosa in the kind of bladed stance. But what I don't like... Oh, big right hand by Mina. Big right hand. Big right hand. He's looking to take the back of Rosa's. He landed a big right hand. I was just about to say, in that bladed stance, I don't like that Rosa does the bladed stance but holds his shoulders square. I was just about to say that. And then Minna just hit him with a big right hand. Minna definitely won the first. He's got the hooks in. He's sunk both hooks. And Rosa's looking to turn, but Minna now has a deep, deep arm triangle. I do believe he's going to finish it here. He's trying to land some shots to the body. He's got one arm in, but I do think he's gonna finish it. I think he will. It's in very, very deep. He's not going to let that tricep and that elbow come back. If you're ever in these positions, you've got to hold it there and don't let that arm ever come back across the midline of the body. And then he can just sit there, land some ground and pound. Wow, good work by Rosa. Good work by Rosa. I thought Minna was going to end up finishing that. But Minna has the mount, and more and more and more and more, it's going to be harder and harder for Rosa to get out of these positions. What's happening here is generally most people, when they get their halfback, when they retain their halfback in these positions, they go to their left. That's general thing. But he had the cage blocking him there. So that's what made it very hard for him to get that half guard back. And Minna was very smart to do that. He has gone inverted now, has Rosa, but Minna is defending the armbar from this position. I don't think Rosa is going to get this. There's 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. He is looking for this armbar. He did invert for it. Minna's taken his elbow out. He's safe now. He's past the guard. Well, not past the guard because Rosa has turtled, but it's still not a good position. This kind of turtle like that is not a good position unless you're going to get back to your feet in MMA. Rosa goes looking for a triangle, but whilst ever that foot stays under Minna's hip, it's not going to happen. He's going to try and get I believe, a clinch, like an over-under, and he went looking for it then, but it's not going to happen. Now that's good. So in the triangle position, you want both arms out or both arms in, and Minna has opted for both arms in. And he's going to, whilst anything's happening here on the ground, Minna's going to be winning this fight. Landing those shots to the body, they start to take their toll, especially when you're starting to be gassed. The intercostal muscles, that are the muscles that sit in between the ribs, they start to get bruised as well. And it makes it harder and harder and harder for you to breathe, especially when each breath is being labored. So the intercostal muscles get bruised, and the spleen is there on that side as well. And the spleen is a solid organ, and that starts to get bruised as well. Minna's winning every fucking part of this, Jake. So he's doing a fantastic job. So he's looking for this Japanese necktie or a guillotine, whichever one is given to him by Rosa. But whilst ever he stays in that half guard, he can still attack. He can still attack guillotines from there, and he can still attack neckties from there. All different variations. Now he's taking the standing back. He's got the back. He's got both hooks in standing. There's 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. He's going to attack the neck. Jake Rosa jumps off. Both guys land. Not much was doing there. Again with a head arm choke. So Rosa is keeping that arm on the phone, and it will take some effect because it's very hard to finish the head arm from there. But you're not making a lot of progress either, and it's not easy for you to breathe because Minna is able to use all this head pressure on Rosa, so it's not easy for him to breathe, and he will be eventually able to finish it there, even with the hand on the phone, I believe. Yes. Now he's come off the mount. He's creating enormous pressure. That is saving him somewhat, but there's a lot of pressure there. A lot. And I think Rosa's in a lot of trouble. Rosa did a fantastic job. He got out of that and put the armbar on. But Minna was able to pass. That was such a good little move by both guys. My God. Because the way he put the armbar on was fantastic. And the way that Minna got out of that armbar was great. I love watching these two guys fight. It's such a treat for people that love grappling. Now he's holding him down with a half Nelson on the offside, landing big elbows, but again he inverts. Rosa does. Very dangerous with that inversion. Now he's got a deep. This armbar is in deep. Now he's gone for the triangle, but there's not enough time. There's 3, 2, 1. Wow. Interesting that Minna never went to lock his hands on these arm triangles. He did kind of right at the end there, but I think that he's using that to secure him and to pin him down, and using his shoulder to create neck pressure to just hold him down there so he can't get up. I don't think Minna should make him stand up. because Mina's winning every second, every part of that fight on the ground kind of thing. Like Rosa's throwing up some submissions from the bottom, but they're not happening. He's not getting the submissions there. So Mina's doing a fantastic job of doing that, and on the feet he's very dangerous. But watch for the thing that I'm talking about with the bladed stance and the square shoulders, and I don't believe that those two things go together. It's not it's not the best for you to do that. If you're going to fight with a bladed stance, you're better off fighting like narrower. If you square your shoulders off, it's so off. Your shoulders and it's not congruent the way your shoulders and your feet are moving. And we're off here for the third round. They went to touch gloves, but Charles Rosa was not having it. So Mina goes looking again for the overhand right. So now he's more in a traditional stance, is Rosa in a southpaw stance. Left and a right by Mina. Charles Rosa goes looking for the takedown, but he lands it back in half guard with Mina attacking a guillotine. Rosa I think, is going to get held down again and passed again in this round. He went looking for that takedown. He was hurt again by Mina's hands. And I get what you're saying. Like, he should let him stand, but he's winning every second of this fight. A nice guard pass attempt by Mina. And that's where Rosa, with this right hand, has to frame. See, he has to frame here or roll to a turtle. But it's a lot of work. It's incredibly taxing. And the turtle is not as beneficial in MMA as it is in BJJ and submission grappling. Just because you can hit people, you can hit the body, you can hit the head. Again, looking for the back is Mina, and he's landed some shots. Rosa did a good job of getting to his feet. Mina's again with a body lock and drags him to the ground and looks for a back take. Rosa has a nice little Kimura here. He's got a nice little Kimura here. But Mina's done a great job of stepping over and protecting that with his hip. But he's got to be careful. Mina has to be careful because of the Kimura. But where Mina is at now, he's past the guard. So he's past the legs. So what Rosa could be doing is setting himself up for an armbar here as well. So it's kind of a stalemate position. I don't believe that Rosa's going to be able to finish this Kimura or even get the sweep from it. Here is in a dangerous position for Mina to get the armbar. Again, in guard is Mina. I think he's going to go for a body lock pass. Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan do this pass so well. And I'm not going to soil this technique by talking too much about the intricacies when I'm not an expert on it, but that is what I believe he was going for, a body lock pass. It's a very, very good pass to do in MMA. We had Craig Jones at the gym when I had the gym there, and we had him in the gym showing us that pass. He's unbelievable on the ground, Craig Jones. Very good. He's stacking him up against the cage is Mina. Rosa keeps looking for the armbar. It's in. Oh, nice defense. So the knee that when you're armbarred like that and the person's underneath you, the knee on the head or on the neck doesn't let him extend. So it's a good defense. And Mina's doing a good job of hanging out there, but Rosa's dangerous. He's got this relatively in deep. He switches for an omoplata from the triangle. It's in pretty deep, but I don't believe he's going to finish it. Mina has a good posture here, and Mina's sitting back, and he's using the cage quite well. It doesn't give Rosa a lot of space to move. He's out. Very good by Mina. Mina again deep in that guard. He's busted up Rosa quite hard. There's 1 minute 38 seconds to go. It's going to get harder and harder for Rosa to finish any submission from these positions, just because they're so sweaty and there's so much blood there. Again, another good pass. Now he's passed and he's gone to north-south, and Rosa's trying to wall walk here to get into a better position, but Mina's doing a fantastic job. He's just doing a great job of holding him down there like this. 1 minute 12 seconds to go. He's doing a good job, not losing position against a very wily and game opponent with a great and active guard that Charles Rosa does have. But Mina's just one step ahead all the time. Drags him back down to the ground, takes his back now, has got both hooks in. I don't believe he's going to finish Rosa. Rosa's a little bit too slick in my opinion, but very, very, very good control. at every single stage. So I'm very, very impressed. Yeah, say Jake Howarth. You see what I mean? Like um he's bladed stance but square shoulders. You look at Wonder Boy or Rob or a couple of other guys that have that bladed stance, their shoulders aren't square. Fab, is a lack of prize money in local MMA shows the main impediment in growth of MMA in Australia? Man, growth MMA has grown quite considerably in Australia. So he could be looking for a twister here. It's not going to happen. There's 14 seconds to go. Could look for a twister or a banana split with that lockdown that he has. Rosa is actually landing the best amount of shots that he's landed all fight from this position. Mina's got 2 seconds to go, and he'll just hold this out and win. And he won this fight. The prize money isn't great in Australia MMA in the local shows, but it's growing, man. And there's some good, talented kids coming out of Australian MMA for sure. Crazy pace. Both of them did fantastically well. Rosa showed some really good grappling off his back, but Mina was just a step ahead every single time. So I'm really impressed. Guys, before we go to the next fight, I'm just going to leave you with a word from our sponsors, and then I will come back. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about a very important topic, and that's a topic of weed whacking. Go to Manscaped, get 20% off, plus free shipping with the code FAB. And usually when we talk about plucking those nose hairs and doing trimming around the ears and whatnot, most of us are used to doing that with weapons such as this. While effective, they can be cumbersome. They can prove to be cumbersome. And everyone's personal favorite is also this beauty, something like this. Whilst very effective, it's also hard because sometimes you don't have the right extension cords and whatnot. So Manscaped has given us this, the Weed Whacker. The Weed Whacker is skin safe. It has a replaceable head. It has high performance motor, so a premium 9,000 RPM motor powers. This is something that you would have probably seen in a World War II aeroplane prior to this. And unlike the hedge trimmer, it's cordless and rechargeable, so you can use it anywhere and you can take it with you. And it's really, really a pretty amazing product. It has a smart design. It's intelligently contoured design for you to be able to grip it easily, and it's not going to slip out of your hand, which is an amazing segue to the next part of it, which is that fact that it's waterproof, so you can use it in the shower and whatnot. So this is a pretty amazing piece of machinery here for all of us that need it. And everyone needs it, because you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person that has the nose hairs and the ear hairs sticking out. My dad used to take me to a barber in Liverpool, and ironically, this barber, it was an older guy, had the worst hairs coming out of his ears and the worst hairs coming out of his nose. And always, as a little kid, I used to always watch that. So I never wanted that myself. So please, Manscaped, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FAB. Thank you, people. And I'm back. Thank you, guys. Thank you for putting up with that as well. With the ads, they are a necessary evil. I need that help. Endless, nameless, chainsaw. Fab walks around like a Grand Theft Auto character. Where I'm from, there's only two kinds of people that survived: the quick and the dead. How's that for a fucking movie reference? What a great movie that was. Kickboxing stance with the boxer's top half. You're saying you don't think it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Sorry, guys, I'm just having a date. I think it leaves you susceptible to getting hit. If you're fast enough to move in and out, maybe it's good. I don't like it. I think there's a reason why Wonder Boy doesn't employ that, for instance. A date. I'm having a date. You know those little dates? I was starving. I needed to get me through the rest of the fight. Coach, by some miracle, how do you think a fight between Rob and Musashi will go? I know it's hard to be objective. I just want to know what would be the game plan for each fight at Fabulates. Musashi He's a real dangerous guy. Real dangerous guy. I think he's a hard matchup for Rob. And I'm trying to be objective here. I think he's a hard matchup for Rob. I think when Musashi will struggle with Rob, he's in taking him down. I don't think he'll take Rob down. The challenge for Rob will be to get inside that range, the long rangey jabs and shots of Musashi. I think that's a closer to a 50-50 fight. Like Israel, Musashi, those guys, they're hard fights for Rob. Not like hard fights, they're 50-50 fights, you know. I think him and Costa 50-50, but different 50-50. Musashi's very clever, very cerebral, very good on top, very good guard, very durable, good chin, hits hard, precise with his strikes, very calm. Yeah, very, very hard fight. But Rob blitzes in very fast, dude, and there's not much room for error if he gets in. Bros love games 3 a.m. right now. I feel like a true trooper. When do you think Musashi will retire? I do not know. Bam out of nowhere. James, favorite pre-fight game surf meal? Generally, I don't eat. Like if I'm going to go surfing, I don't eat because I'm getting old, man. And if I lie on my board, I get full. If it's a game, like if I was going to play like a sport or something like that, anything like jiu-jitsu, I like to not have eaten before I grapple, and anything like that, like I try to have eaten like long time before. I don't operate well on a full stomach. I bloat quite easily, especially since I've gotten older. I bloat really easily. Anything that I eat, more or less, I bloat. So I try not to eat too much. Um, yeah, like yeah, I can't say too much on too many things. So oh no, my screen is frozen. Can ever Anthony Deloitte, what was Rob's biggest mistake against Izzy? I think when people ask that, man, no offense to you, man, don't be like, don't take it the wrong way. But I don't think people understand what fighting is, man, because like you're fighting a fucking killer, you know, and you're both trading shots. One of you is going to get knocked the fuck out, you know, and unless you, I don't know how you can watch that fight, and unless you're just completely following what people said, and you're kind of taking away from Israel to go like, well, if Rob had done this, he would have won. Like, man, it's not easy, you know. Rob didn't land when he could have landed, you know what I mean, or didn't land flush enough, or didn't land right then and there, and Israel managed to execute and land, and that's the game, man. That is the game. I think people get too caught up because they watch a lot of the breakdowns and that as well, and it makes it seem like this is what could have done. You could have done this and that. Like, man, it's not like that. I'm not scared of sharks when surfing. I'm really fucking scared of sharks, man. I'm really scared of sharks, but I generally go with some really good guys from around here. So I don't you know, I just follow their lead with everything, and I don't fuck around. Are you scared? How do you find time to grapple, surf, uni, work, family, reading, podcast? Any advice on time management? Honestly, it's funny you say it because when I read it like that, it's saying I just do what I like. I just do what I enjoy, and I'm true to myself with that. I just do what I love. So and whatever doesn't have time, it's out. So say for example, my family, I like spending. I genuinely like, you know, people say family first. I find that stupid, man. Like, because for me, it's like if you have to say that, why are you saying it for? For me, I genuinely, it's not something I have to do. I genuinely enjoy spending time with my wife and my daughter and my dog. Um, yeah, it's the best. You know, I like it. So, grab, yeah, and all the rest, I like to do it. So whenever I can, I just do it. The grappling and the surfing and that's not priority. Uni I have to do. I fucking hate doing it. Um, Work have to do it, but I generally try and do work that I like, if you know what I mean. I don't go do shit that I hate. And yeah, that's kind of what I do. The podcast is hard. Any new cooking recipes anytime soon? I tried your fried rice. It was very good. Oh, you tried it. I'm glad you tried it. Rick James, Robs himself said, man, honestly, dude, like, fuck, man. Like, it's so weird to me the way that people interact about stuff. It's so weird. My Toby, hey Fab, did you get to watch Volk's cooking video? I have not. I have not. Would you rather be attacked by a shark or Francis Ngannou? Francis Ngannou. Because sharks don't give a fuck. They don't care. There's no moral fucking there's no nothing. There's no that will eat you and keep moving. Um Rick James, Robin, Izzy rematch goes very different, I think. Man, it can go very different. It can go the same, it can go whatever. These guys are two big dudes that hit real hard and they're at the top of their fucking game. They're at the top in age, they're on the top of thing. Whichever one of those guys gets their game off, like you asked about the Musashi question before, whichever one of those guys gets their game off in a fight is going to win. Like there's not a lot of margin for error with guys that hit that hard. They hit that hard and they're that good. There's not a lot. Tell the fans about El Jana Chicken at Campbelltown. El Jana Chicken at Campbelltown is super good, guys. Very, very, very good. Shout out to El Jana Chicken. I'm looking for sponsorship. No, very good. Lebanese charcoal chicken. They do that. They do that well. I'll give that to my Lebanese brethren out there. Hope you're doing well, Fab. What is the worst injury you have had? I've been lucky. I haven't had too many injuries, but I have a bad knee. Like I've always had a bad knee, and like the tibia doesn't sit in the articulating surface of the femur. Like it doesn't sit there. It's like out to the side. So it's real hard for me to do stuff now, especially as you get older. I've got bad osteoarthritis. I can't really bend that knee. So that's the worst thing. But I've been lucky. I haven't really had bad injuries. El Jana is overrated. Rick James, why are you hating on everyone? El Jana Chicken, Hassan Ahmed. Hi Fab, how are you? I'm good, mate. How are you, sub 10? Is it better to pay for uni on Hex or up front? If you got the money, you'd pay it up front, but I never had that kind of money, so Hex. Yeah, El Jana means a paradise. Yes, it does. Who do you think will win the girls' fight? Vieira, I think. Hassan Ahmed butchered the pronunciation, Fab. Mate, we're talking about chicken here, mate. The one on next. It's the same coach. What is the most dangerous animal encounter you've had? There's a guy that fights that used to fight in the UFC, Richie Vass. He's a big wave surfer as well as a UFC fighter. And we were out in the ocean, and I'd speed a fish. And as I was swimming back, I felt something tug on the rope, and it tugged. And sometimes the surf, it catches, like I had fish on a float. Because for those, I'll just go through this real quick for those that don't know. When you spear a fish, you tie it onto your float line, and the fish goes back onto the float. It's dead. It's dead as disco. And it kind of sits where the float is. Some people tie it onto themselves, but I think that's shark bait. And as I was swimming back, I felt that boom. But sometimes I get caught like in the actual surf. And it went boom, and I pulled on it, and it pulled back, and I pulled on it. And then I thought maybe a moray eel got it, or an eel got it. The eels come up, they're mean, and they got sharp teeth, and they bite they eat the fish. And I swam back to it, and the surf had picked up, and the surf can change reasonably quick. It was flat when we went out, but now it got really choppy. And as I got there, man, there was a shark, and it was tangled up in my line, and it was going mental, and I fucking swallowed water. I almost shit myself. And the surf can pull you in and out quickly. And all of a sudden, it was a surge, and I ended up right next to it. And it was pretty big. It wasn't huge, but it was probably, say I'm 180 centimeters. It was probably 170 centimeters, which shark aficionados will say that's not that bad, not that big. But I'm not. I got scared, man. And it was thrashing about on the fish and was caught up in the line. And it's so powerful and so strong. I dropped everything and I swam back, and I was probably 250, 300 meters from shore in the ocean. I was swimming as fast as I could. And I got so much lactic acid all over my body that I said, man, calm down because you're going to fucking drown. You're not going to get eaten by a shark. You're going to drown. And I swam back. And when I got back to the shore, I told Richie, and he's like a lunatic, big wave surfer, the rest of it. And he goes, no, I can't leave the stuff out there. So he swam out and got the stuff and brought it back in. Scared, the most scared I've ever been. And I am more scared of blue bottles than sharks. You are right, Jake McKenzie. Coach, what is the most dangerous? Yeah, so coach, any simple beginner fat-friendly cardio exercises you can recommend? Man, one of the things that like I honestly recommend for people when I run a beginner's class like this is like learning the skills of boxing or kickboxing, and then you shadow box with a friend, and you don't hit each other, but you come close, like probably that far away from hitting each other, and it makes you keep moving, because there's two of you and you're learning a new skill. So it takes your mind off the fact that you're doing cardio. So I'd recommend that. Yeah, by the surf, I mean a wave. Or the board. No, wave. Fab, is West Sydney going to be the home of MMA in the next 10 years due to the high amount of Islanders and Middle Eastern kids? I think the mix that we have in Australia is interesting, like much like Brazil or other countries like that. So I think that we have a good mix of people. And I think that those are hotbeds for different for people coming through. I think Melbourne, the east coast of Australia, New Zealand, Auckland, all of those places, they are hotbeds for fighters, always have been, but they will continue to be. So like New Zealand and the east coast of Australia, kind of see it as one kind of place, and you're going to have a lot of kids coming out of there. And there's a mix, like there's a really interesting mix happening now, like kids that are born to parents from, all different backgrounds, and you're getting some interesting mixes. Britain has awful weather, but at least we got nothing to kill us. Yeah, a lot of things will kill us. And like you said, the blue bottles are scarier than sharks. I went out today and there were a lot of blue bottles out. Yesterday I went out as well, blue bottles as well. You should have put the shark in a body triangle. I was going to get a Kimura on its pectoral fin and just rip it out, I was going to peel its fucking fin back. Fab, is Oz better for surfing or Hawaii? I imagine Hawaii would be, but I don't fucking know. I'm not that level of surfer. The thing with Australia is that it's so big, man. It's so big and there's so much coast. And Hawaii's tiny. But Hawaii, like, the waves break onto, like, it doesn't have the continental shelf. So it gets the massive waves, and Australia doesn't really get that like that. Yeah, jump rope is good, but it's hard. And it's hard to sit there for 20 minutes. Whereas if you get a mate and you guys shadow box against each other, it kind of keeps you going. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. Jumping rope is a good workout. Put the shark's tail in an arm bar, aka tail bar. Should have done it. I got stung by a stingray once, says James the Juice Man. Fucking brutal. That would be so bad. So bad. Martovi, thing about blue bottles, even when they're pretty much dead and dried up, they can still sting. I still remember being at the RMP and the beaches were filled with them. Here's a thing, you can cover the sting and then stomp on the actual bottle and it pops. Hassan Ahmed, Hawaii looks like such a nice place to live. It absolutely does, but there are, like, my wife and I thought about moving there at one stage. We considered it, but when you factor in everything, I don't know if it's. Let's go. We're off. Sorry, guys. We're off. First round, Vieira starts off aggressively. She's moving Kunitskaya back. Well, we're not going to be calling her that all fight because she's going to get angry. So I'm just going to go with Yana. So Vieira moves Yana back. She's got her in the clinch. Vieira is very, very dangerous in the clinch. Like I said, she was a Brazilian national champion in wrestling, black belt in judo, black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. She's very, very dangerous as a grappler. Is Yana going to be able to stop the takedowns? That's going to be interesting. I do think that Vieira at some point is going to take her down. And then how's that going to wear on Yana? I don't know. I think Vieira was trained by her dad too. She goes looking for the body lock takedown and she gets it. That knee is crucial to you holding your opponent down. This position that she has to keep lifting that knee. I would have thought that it'd be better for her to lift that knee. Because without getting that knee back to the fence, you can't get up. And she's up. And she's got the thing looking good. So Vieira's doing a fantastic job of holding her up against the cage. Fuck, I blanked out. I have no more. For some reason, it signed me out. Sorry, guys. We are back, people. We are back. Sorry about that. Yana is on her back with Vieira holding her down in half guard. This is an interesting way that Vieira has her held down because it's on the offside. Usually, Yana will have the legs the other way. She's holding her in a different way. So she's creating a lot of pressure. She's passing the opposite way. She's passing to Yana's weak side. Most people defend it in a different way. So they're not on this side. You know what I mean? They're not on that side. So it's forcing Yana to defend it to the weak side. Not many people are used to doing that. 54 seconds to go. Man, yeah, the stream. Did the stream go out for everyone? Because I didn't get to see the interaction. Fab, what do you think of Usman already cleaned out the division, doesn't want to go up to middleweight? Patrick Sharp. Yeah, I don't blame him. I think he's made and built very, very well for his style and game and the way he does stuff to fight at welterweight. I don't think he'd enjoy the same mechanical advantages and hence he'd have to employ a different strategy, a different tactic at middleweight. Why when he's so successful at welterweight? Vieira's doing a fantastic job. She's got a hip parallel to the cage. So it means that Yana can only move in one direction, and she's already passed to the weak side of Yana's. That's the bell, guys. That's very, very smart tactic. Whenever you can, you should pass to that weak side. It makes it very, very hard. Most people train to on this side. So I get my underhook with my left hand. Most people don't train to get the underhook with the right hand. It's just most people will pass that way as well. It's just the way it is. If Vieira gets his sub, a win by full. Your recent Reddit MMA appearance was well received. I always post about your stream on the live thread, but I think it'd be good to pop in over there from time to time to self promote. David Morris, you're 100% right, and that is completely on me. I am not the best self promoter, unfortunately, but I will have to do it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Still has her up against the fence, but okay, I didn't get a chance to see it. Are you watching this Fight Night on KO? No, I think it's just UFC Fight Pass. Yeah, I didn't get to see the fight, unfortunately. I love watching the grappling exchanges. So let's see how this goes now. Again, is there a glove touch? There is. Yana with a tentative nice oblique kick. Both girls in southpaw in orthodox stance. Yana goes looking for a left kick. Yana throws with a lot more conviction in her strikes. But Vieira is such a good grappler. She's a very good grappler. But Yana's pushed her up against the cage. She's got the better head position now. She's got the underhook. And they're trading shots in that realm. Nice hip positioning from Yana. She has to keep her hips in close like that, so it doesn't allow Vieira to swivel her hips in to throw her. But there it is. Nice. Oh, now Vieira's on her back with Yana on top. Yana's looking. As long as Yana here, what she needs to do is stay square. She needs to stay square. As long as she can stay square, it makes it hard for Vieira to get any offense going off her back. She's starting to look for an omoplata on Yana's right side, but I don't think that she's going to be able to get through. I don't see it, but she might. She's got amazing dexterity. The thing that I find really interesting with women's MMA is because they're so much more flexible, and women's grappling is so much more flexible than men, so the positions are a little different. Very good. She kicks off the wall, goes looking for an armbar, semi-inverted. Yana is still doing a good job of staying square, but she's not landing significant damage. She's definitely winning this round just because she got the takedown and she's on top position. She's landing a little bit of ground and pound. Okay, Vieira is still on her back. Vieira is looking for wrist control to, I believe, set up a triangle. She's got long legs. But the thing is, with Yana staying square in the guard, it's very hard. But now she's worked her way up. Yana has to continue to posture. She's looking to angle out of this. And she's succeeded, has Yana. There's 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. I can't say who won the first round because I only saw the last part, which looked good for Vieira, but I don't know because it blanked out. Did it blank out for anyone else? The nice interchange here. Yana's doing a good job. I don't like how Vieira I've seen Vieira fight before, and that was one of the things that I said. I don't like that she capitulates the bottom position so readily and so easily. Because at the end of the day, it's very hard for you, even though she's very active from the bottom, it's very hard for you to win a fight like this. Very, very, very hard. You know, and whilst ever Yana can stay active and stay square, she's going to win this part. She's looking to invert now, looking for a knee bar is Vieira. Yana has to be careful. There's still plenty of time. If she can't, here we go. She's looking for that. Her knee's out. Yana's knee's out. Can Vieira change it to a calf slice? There, she's gone for the calf slice. She's used this as a sweep to get back up. Good job. 1 minute 33 seconds to go, but she is losing this round anyways. I don't know if she's winning or losing the fight because I couldn't see the first round properly. So the stream did go out. Okay. Vieira won the first convincingly. So we got a round apiece. Vieira once again looking for the Uchimata throw. Yana's very, very physically strong. She's all the way on the other side. Vieira is in a bit of trouble here. Yana's landing some nice knees. And Vieira has had the fight in every way that she's wanted it to. And where I would give her the marked advantage, which is on the feet, in the grappling, Yana has done very, very well. She went for a rolling Kimura there, but it's kind of slow and telegraphed the way she does it, and Yana's onto it. Although Vieira does have a peculiar body in that she's very long and very flexible, and she's got good knowledge of grappling game. But those knees to the body by Yana, oh my God. That hurts, by the way, people. That knees to the legs and to the body, they hurt. Vieira looking to roll, but she hasn't got that. She's not going to get this. In fact, from that position, Yana can turn and go straight to an armbar, but she's landing such clean shots to the body. I really like what she's doing. There's 9 seconds to go, 8 seconds to go, 7. Nice head kick landed by Yana. I love that combination. Those body shots will definitely have hurt Vieira. Do you bleed your fish out to sea to make the flesh taste better, even though that attracts predators? Yeah, definitely. I got him and that out there. It's not like you cut a fish. Like, I'm not out 7 kilometers out past the continental shelf where there's sharks everywhere. It's very rare to see a shark, like close, reasonably close to shore where I live. So it's not like you cut a fish open and sharks are everywhere. It's not like that. Yana is more of a striker, I believe. Vieira, okay, right now, a few minutes it went black. Yeah, those shots would hurt. Yeah, like it's not like you're out there and there's just sharks everywhere. Not at all. Not by a long shot. So yeah, I'll definitely gut him and cut him up out there for sure. So we have here the third round, I believe, will be the deciding round. And I think that Yana has a little more in the gas tank. I believe Yana said glove touch. So we'll see if the girls glove touch. I think Yana's a little bit more crisper on the feet. And Ketlen Vieira has to get on top. She can't play guard from the bottom. She's got a very good and active guard, but she cannot play that position. Especially like Yana knows enough. That's my only concern with Vieira. She's got the tools. Now, very good. She got the takedown. And on top, she's very dangerous. She's very, very good. Nice elbow landed by Yana. Little punches landing, but Yana has to make space there. She's got to try and frame. She's got to try and get her knee in there from the half guard. If she can't get the half guard, she's got to start framing, pushing the head away and starting to get her knee and her hips in. But again, Vieira looking for the half guard. She's on the strong side for Yana. So this would be a better side for Yana. But Vieira's very, very good on top. She's got very, very good grappling. She's creating good shoulder pressure. She's got the underhook, and she uses that to get the good little ground and pound going. This shoulder pressure with Vieira's left hand, fantastic. When you get put down like that, you have to block the arm. You have to block the bicep. You can't let people grab you around the neck like this. You know? And I believe that Vieira's going to be able to hold this down for the remainder of the fight. As long as she keeps Yana off the fence, I don't see Yana getting up. The judo people are so heavy on top too. You know, they know what they're doing as well, submission-wise. She's also got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She won the Brazilian wrestling championships. You know, so she's a very, very accomplished grappler. She's creating a lot of pressure there on Yana. As long as she doesn't let Yana get that, see Yana's right knee, she's got to keep that there because Yana wants to get that knee to the fence so she can start to stand up. And she's creating a lot of shoulder pressure, is Vieira. 3 minutes to go, and she's passing slowly. Now she's in full mount, is Vieira. She's got full mount. She looks like she's very, very happy to just hang out here in the full mount, in the dominant position. She's not going to get stood up. And she's going to pass. She's got the head arm choke. It's in deep. I don't think Yana's going to get out of this. Oh, yeah, she will. She will. She did. She got her elbow free. But Vieira can just hang out there. Yeah, no, she's got Yana's striking story is pretty cool. You know, she's been doing Taekwondo since she's young and all the rest of it, you know, but she just didn't seem to be able to get it going in MMA. It's hard as well. Like, you have to have a lot of power in women's MMA. Now she's taken the back as Vieira. She's got both hooks in. And when you see a girl that hits hard like a Cyborg, Nunes, Shevchenko, they just rise to the top. You know, because it's not as common as men that hit hard. You know, that's why when you see a girl that hits that hard, it's make a big difference. Otherwise, it's very hard. Like she can have great striking, Yana, But if she can't really put the stopping power on the other girls, the girls are going to turn it into grappling matches, make her tired, and then even out the striking. She's got a nice little hip lock here, does Vieira, because she couldn't get the other hook in. And she's got 1 minute 27 seconds to go. She continues with the back. She goes looking for the second hook. She has the second hook. She has a seatbelt on. So very hard. And she's got the wrist control. She can change to an armbar, which I don't think she will. She's just going to hold here in back control. Now, this is a bit of trivia. It's very, very hard for you to finish rear naked choke, if not impossible, probably, if your head is below the person who you're trying to choke. If your head's below their head, you're not going to get that choke. And so whilst ever Vieira's head is above Yana's, there's still the threat of the rear naked choke. But it's hard with MMA gloves because you can't get that second glove in. You can't sneak that in behind. 40 seconds to go. She got the hooks in. Really, really, really good job by Vieira. And I think she's going to win this fight convincingly. She's looking for the choke. I don't think she's going to get it. 22 seconds to go. There's the armbar attempt. Great job by Yana. Vieira's doing a good job. She's 13 seconds to go. Unless Yana knocks her out or splits her completely open with an elbow, then Vieira's going to win. 2, 1. That's the bell. Nice. I have Vieira winning that fight, me personally. If you guys tell me that she won the first, because I didn't get to see it, if she won the first, then she won that fight. But she did split up. She did split her. It's interesting to see how the judges are going to take that. But I think that it was all Vieira in that third round. I'm excited for two things. Curtis Blaydes and Derrick Lewis fighting next. And my wife is cooking that fried rice. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. They're the two things that I have going for me on this fine Sunday afternoon in Sydney. So that's pretty. This fight, Curtis Blaydes versus Derrick Lewis, it can go real quick or it can go the distance. I'm really, really interested to see. Because I think this is almost like an eliminator moving forward. I think that she won, though. I think that she won that fight quite convincingly. Yeah, 2-1 Vieira. I think I agree with you, Rick James. Guys, thank you so much, Abe. I love hanging out with you guys. I love having these conversations. I love interchanging of ideas and the dialogue that comes with it. So I really, really enjoy everything. I really like it. I like that we don't have any dickheads on here. I like it. And I just want to thank everyone for always watching and giving feedback and talking and having a chat. It's the best. I love it. Honestly, I love women's MMA. This is Anthony Deloach. I think it's fantastic right now and only getting better. I want to see Wiley fight again. Yeah, the girls can fight, man. These girls can fight. Absolutely. Yana took some shots, but I mean, Yana landed some shots, but I think it might be a case of too little, too late. That's what I was looking at when I said, unless she splits her right open, but there wasn't enough time left. I think Vieira is going to run into problems as she keeps going up the ranks because she just capitulates the guard too much. She's on her back too much. Hey, Fab, which MMA commentators do you enjoy listening to the most? To be honest, I haven't really listened to a lot recently. I like Michael Chiavello, just because he's a soundtrack to my youth, I suppose. There's a lot of DC is really knowledgeable. I like Bisping. I like Bisping a lot. There's a few. There's a lot, but I don't really get to listen to him too much. Thoughts on Jair versus Gani, Rosenstruck versus Gani next week? I don't know, man. I don't know. Gani seems to be a little bit more powerful, maybe, if that's possible, over those monsters. I don't know. Heavyweights are so hard to tell. I think Gani has a little bit better ground game, and I think that could have a bit of a say there. I can't see the fight. No, you can't. No, you can't. Lewis last minute KO, just like against Volkov, could happen. Hassan Ahmed, no worries, Fab. What was there no worries about Hassan? I can't even remember now. Where is it? On UFC Fight Pass. Coach, who do you think is closer to the title shot with a win today out of Lewis or Blaydes? Hard to say. I think a lot of that's got to do with who wins and like not who wins, how they win as well. To cement where they're at, just because of how the UFC is. Um, I think Curtis is going to stand with Lewis for a little bit. I think that would be a bad idea, man. Curtis is such good grappling. I think Yana just caused far more damage. I thought the judges looked at damage over control these days. Yeah, but like I said before, I don't know if that see that damage there caused right at the end. Yeah, so she won. Did Yana win? I think I don't necessarily agree with that decision. I don't. But I do think that when you capitulate guard the way that she did, it's great. If you go to guard, you understand, especially the way that, there's rounds and there's judging, understand that you need to slice her open from the bottom or submit her for you to win. You're not going to win a decision from the bottom, you know? And I do think but I do disagree. I do disagree. Um, Coach just talked with Lewis's coach, agreed he's going to drop in the first. So can you have so you can have your fried rice ASAP. Laugh out loud. Hashtag Fabolites. Thanks, Joseph. Okay, same here, Fab. My family and friends don't watch MMA, so you are my company every card. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. Man, I love it. I love doing it. I love having a chat. I love doing all this stuff. How the hell did Yana win that? Rick James, I agree with you. I don't think that Yana won that fight. I hope Lewis wins, says Royal Ark through to Hassan Ahmed. The no worries was for hanging out with you on the live stream with everyone else. You're the man, Hassan. I really appreciate it, man. I really do. I honestly do. Thank you so much, guys. This is the only fight I've seen that the judges didn't reward lying in a dominant position for the whole round. Laugh out loud. Yeah, like I definitely think she did enough to win that fight. Um, Matt Hennessy, 178 strikes to 16. I don't know that it was 178 like actual strikes. Like, how are you counting them? Like, is that a strike? I don't know. Do you remember when Khabib was throwing with Alaquinta? To me, it seemed like Khabib knew he would win, so he wanted to practice his striking. James, the Juice Man, Ravestein. Maybe, I don't know. I can't say. Are there any apps or sites to watch the fight for free? I think if you get UFC Fight Pass, you pay whatever it is, $12 a month or whatever, and then you can watch the fight nights for free. But I can't sit here on my thing and please don't put up sites on my feed. She did finish strong. She 100% finished strong. But again, I think it matters as well. What are the criteria that you're using for the fight? Look, maybe if that was pride, I'd be like, yeah, I get that, but it's not. So I don't know. But yeah, that's the that's judging. That's what it is. Let's see this fight, people. I'm pretty pumped for this. Two huge guys. Russ Sebens. This douche. I don't know who you're referring to. Russ, $12 for Disney, ESPN, and Hulu. Not a bad deal. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Curtis, I've seen both these guys in real life, and they're fucking giants. Big, big guys. Who do you guys have in this fight out of these two guys? Curtis, a big guy, man. He's such a gorilla. So powerful, so strong, very, very dangerous on top. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think if Curtis gets him down, he's gonna win. And I'm interested to see this. Curtis hits hard, man, as well. Lewis hits hard. Curtis hits super hard. But Curtis, I think, is just a massive advantage in the grappling. But Lewis, I think, is more refined as a striker. You're feeling random Lewis KO like an Ngannou versus Blaydes. Hey, coach, is there a standard protocol for these guys to recover the night after these fights? Specifically in these cases where they've taken a lot of hard shots. I don't know what people do. I don't know what people do. Like other people, like if with my guys, yeah, there's always a recovery and there's no headshots or hard sparring or depending on what it is. But usually for at least 6 to 8 weeks, we don't do any like full on hard sparring. And you can go back to training. And it also depends on like it's not just the headshots, it's the rest of your body as well. You get like deep shin bruises and all sorts of shit when you fight. Yeah, I think there's a massive wrestling gap there. But he is Lewis is a dangerous man. Fab, did you study martial arts in Japan? I've been to Japan. I've grappled in Japan. I've trained in Japan. I trained at Gutsman Shudo Dojo. So shout out to them, Gutsman Shudo Dojo. We've been did a few sessions at Axis Jiu Jitsu in Japan, but I like Gutsman Shudo Dojo at the time. That was where Max Sakurai was originally from. So I had a good time there in Japan. Yeah. So short answer, yes. And then we went to the name escapes me at the moment, but a university in Japan. We stayed there and wrestled there. It was fun. All of that, yeah, good. I know Derrick is going to be on his back for 5 rounds, but I'm hoping Blaydes draws from the well of Michael Johnson for this fight by clutching defeat from the jaws of victory. Man, I hope. Oh, Gadji, that was good. I hope Curtis Blaydes wins. I just think, yeah, Bam out of nowhere. I'm in Japan. Nice. Are you training Bam out of nowhere? Lewis is on doing his walkout now. Lewis is a scary individual, man. Like just looks like such a big, strong monster. And so is Blaydes. Noah Berman, thanks for all the great streams, Fab. I'm sure you'll hit 100,000 subscribers before you know it. Man, I'd like people to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell as much as possible. Please share this with anyone you know. So yeah, I want to get as many subscribers as possible. I'm trying to hit 30,000. So let's keep. Oh, Lewis looks in shape, guys. He looks good. He looks the best I've seen him. Lewis Division 1 stand upper. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Thank you, Noah. I really appreciate it. Man, he's big boy. He looks good, man. He looks in really good shape. He's a scary individual, man. I remember seeing him. I think it was in Vegas one time, and man, he's such a big dude. But now he just looks like he's been in really good shape. That's another thing. Like sometimes, like you see, I don't know. I'm sure. I think he still is with the same team. But sometimes you see people and like you see him and you go, oh, he switched camps and he's really in shape. It's thanks to the new camp and whatever. But sometimes it's like you needed to make changes, and the changes you needed to make were in you, right? And you didn't do that until you switched camps. And when you switched camps, you started it all fresh. And a lot of the real answer is in you every single time. Gadji, for real, people get tired wrestling Lewis. I won't be surprised for Blaydes to gas by the end of round 2 and start round 3 eating heavy shots. Could be. I got beat up in sparring, so I lost motivation for a little bit, so I started lifting weights. Going to join a kickboxing gym next week when my weightlifting contract finishes. Man, honestly, Bam out of nowhere, don't fucking spar so hard that you get beat up, man. It's no fun. The Black Beast is very underrated. His skills have grown so much, plus his stamina. Yes, 100%. Lewis with a new strength and conditioning program, apparently. Yeah, good for him. I don't know. Do you know Minoru Kimura, K1 fighter? Apparently he trains there. Nah, this would have been before, like way before. This would be 10 years ago. He looks like he's been hitting the cardio and eating better. You can see it in his face, especially. Yeah, he looks strong, man. Beetlejuice, what's going, player? Just finished work, about to have a burger. How's life down south treating you? Life down south is amazing, Beetlejuice. I just went surfing this morning. I kind of stood up, so I was happy. I broke the fins on my board. But other than that, it was all good. How are you, Beetlejuice? Noah Berman agreed by Ruth Stevens. Thank you so much, brother. From Steve Booth. G'day, Fabulicious. Let's go, Lewis. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for supporting, man. I'm telling you, it helps so much. It makes a big difference. It makes a lot of difference, and it helps a lot. So thank you so much, guys. Russ says, I just want Lewis to win for the interview afterwards. Man, I like Blaydes, eh? I like them both. But I like Blaydes. I just think I like his style, man. I love that pressure grappling. I love that collegiate style. I like the fact that he just goes in there and it's basically folk style wrestling from a massive heavyweight. So that's always fun to see. For me, anyways, I like it. I love it, actually. He looks in really good shape. Beetlejuice, nice work. Keep up the surfing. Yeah, been good. Switched all my boxing and training to Southpaw mid last year. Been working on that heaps. Good on you, man. Good on you. Good on you. I'm happy for you, Beetlejuice. Matt Hennessy, Curtis is great. Fun to watch him more people. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, he is like a big Khabib. Yeah, he is. Where's Eli these days? He's been missing action. He just works because he's a fireman. So a lot of times he works either Sunday day or he worked maybe Saturday night. And you're not going to say to him, I don't live near him. So I live like an hour and a half away from him. So he has to still travel in. Man, he hasn't slept properly. What for? When we have such a good thing going here without him. I ruined my sleep schedule for this fight, hoping for a round 1 KO for my sake. GG. Yeah, man, I don't know how this is going to go. This is one of those crazy fights. Both these guys looking in really good shape. This is looking in really, really good shape. He's serious guy, man. Both of them. Lewis's look completely different. Shout out to the Ballina Bruiser. Yes, sir. Shout out to Eli. Are you disappointed that we don't have Mayweather vs. Logan today, as was the original schedule? To be honest with you, I didn't even know that was on today. I didn't even know. 36 and 30 are their ages, respectively, for Lewis and Blaydes. There's about the same reach advantage, 80 to 79. Weight's a little bit heavier for Lewis, and height is 6'4". So these guys are very even. 6'4" and 6'3". Lewis is 6'3". Changed my mind now, back in Lewis. Man, these guys look ready to go. They look ready to go. I like it. Here we go, people. Very soon, I think Bruce Buffer's and is it Bruce? No, it's not Bruce Buffer announcing. Yeah, Gadgy. Thing is, who does Blaydes fight after this? As the next title shot has already been promised to Bones. Lewis is fine either way, as it looks to be more than likely he'll fight over him next, win or lose. I don't know, but it's still good for Blaydes to win. He doesn't want to lose this. So yeah, I'm interested, man. I love it. This has got my attention. Lewis looks completely different, dude. He looks in such good shape. But yeah, like the shape that he's in, he's a 350 underdog, plus 350. But the shape that he's in, man, who knows? And Blaydes looks in really, really good shape, though. I loved Lewis calling out over him, says James the Juice Man. I wish UFC stayed with Fox. We get to see great fights for free on regular cable. Now we get stuck with WWE Smack. Do you anticipate Ortega giving Alex serious problems, or are we going to see Alex and Max 5 times? I do see Ortega giving Alex some serious problems. I don't underestimate Ortega at all. Minus 450 underdog for Blaydes, but I do see Alex winning, and I do see Max and Alex fighting. Even if Alex wins the next fight against Max, I do see them fighting 5 or 6 times over their career. Wonder if COVID has any lasting effects on Blaydes. I hope not. Like Hamza, I got a feeling this is going to go like Lewis versus DC. Could be. I got Lewis by flying Kimura by Arcade. GF, do you think Lewis and Blaydes together could beat Buffer in the elevator, or do they get destroyed? They get fucked up, dude. They get fucked up. They will not stand a chance. The body shots from Buffer, like he did to Trig, he would do them both like he did to Trig. He only takes one shot. It's one shot for one guy and one shot for the other guy. We're off, guys. They're in the middle. Lewis holding the center of the octagon as expected, and Blaydes bouncing in and out, trying to get a good read. I do believe the Blaydes going to throw one or two punches, then he's going to blitz with a double leg or a knee pick. That's what I believe. He's looking for it already. I do not believe he's going to stand with Lewis. Nice leg kick by Blaydes. Lewis is looking for that uppercut when he... Oh! Right and a left landed by Lewis. Oh, my God. Oh. Man. Lewis is waiting with that uppercut or that right hand for Blaydes to come in. Blaydes is not going to stand here. You know, Blaydes is going to look in and out, left and right, change levels and look for the takedown. He's not going to stand there. That right-left combination from Lewis should have killed Blaydes. But Blaydes got a chin on him as well, man. This is edge of your seat kind of stuff. Changes to southpaw, does Blaydes. Changes to southpaw. He's looking to wrestle, man, especially now. Goes back to orthodox. He's got to be patient, does Blaydes. Lewis is doing a great job. He's very, 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 very patient. But he's moving back against the cage, which only benefits Blaydes because Blaydes is going to push him up against the cage. Oh! Right hand and wing and a miss by both guys. Right hand by Blaydes. Now Lewis is all the way backed up against the cages as Blaydes has held the center of the cage and sort of cut him off. And I believe the Blaydes are going to take this opportunity to push him up against the cage to try and hold him there and start to take away a bit of that power from Lewis. Right and a left from Blaydes. A left by Blaydes. Nice little jab by Blaydes. Three minutes to go. Nice calf kick by Blaydes. Jab by Blaydes. Right kick by Lewis. Again, Blaydes is holding him up against the cage. This is fatiguing as well for Lewis. Even though Blaydes is not attacking, this position for Lewis is very reactive to what Blaydes is doing, and that creates a lot of neural fatigue. And the neural system is the first system to go as far as components of fitness. It's very, very hard for you to keep reacting to people from a neurological perspective. Again with it. Both guys swinging for the fences. Blaydes came out on top with a right hand and a right kick to the body. He goes looking for the jab. The problem for me is, although that Blaydes is actually getting the better of it, I do believe he's playing with fire here because he does have the wrestling advantage and Lewis can crack him at any stage. Another nice leg kick landed by Blaydes. Another one and a right and a left by Lewis. Lewis throws with so much heat. And he carries that power till later in the fight too. Another leg kick landed by Blaydes. He's creeping in and landing that kick. Lewis able to get his back off the wall. But Blaydes doing a fantastic job. Fantastic job. This is very, very good work by both guys. Because Lewis is keeping him at bay as well with his power. He's landed some big shots, and although they didn't land flush, right hand landed by Blaydes, and both guys trading. There's 1 minute, 13 seconds. Beautiful low kick by Blaydes. He's really starting to hurt Lewis with those calf kicks. Blaydes doing a great job now. He's really controlling the center of the octagon. Problem with Lewis is how dangerous he is. Nice jab, stiff jab to the body by Blaydes. Goes up high looking for another jab. There's 1 minute to go. Problem with Lewis is so dangerous at any time, any stage. Another jab by Blaydes. He's got Lewis up against the cage. Now he's landing uppercuts from a clinch. He's landed a flying knee and a big elbow over the top. Lewis has taken a lot of damage in this. I did not see this. I thought Blaydes was going to come out and wrestle. Somebody in the comments said Blaydes is going to box with him. I didn't think that was going to be the case. You were right, my friend. You were right. Nice calf kick again landed by Blaydes. Blaydes keeping Lewis on the fence. Goes looking for the left from southpaw. I think he said there was an eye poke there. Bit of an eye poke. My screen's frozen. Can you believe this? He is absolutely off balance, is Lewis. My screen is frozen. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my screen back up. Hopefully we'll get it back with no problems. I'm assuming we're in the middle of the break. Yeah. Lewis, I think, has taken way too much damage already in that first round with those leg kicks. Oh, was it you, James the Juice Man? Good on you, man. Good on you. He's putting him off balance big time. That right and the left, though, that Lewis landed right at the front of the fight. My God. My God. It didn't land flush, though. Lucky for thing. Look at that. Boom! Landed flush enough. And then there's that left again. But he's landed some good shots as Blaydes. I think if he's oh my God, I think that if Blaydes does take Lewis down now, it's going to get harder and harder for Lewis because Blaydes has been piecing him up on the feet. We're off, people. We're off. I don't know what happened there. I must have missed it. Oh, he stuck his fingers out. Ooh, they swing in the middle of the octagon there. And there we go. There's a takedown attempt by Blaydes. He's got the single leg. Every time you see a big guy hop like that, it's hard for them. You know, it's not easy. Lewis is doing a good. See, that's what's funny. Yeah, then Lewis's takedown defense was really good. I don't, man. It's hard to man. What a good fight. It's good in a different way because the edgiest seat excitement. These guys do hit so hard, and they slug it out every now and then in the middle. I think Lewis slipped there. I don't know if he slipped or if his leg is compromised. Blaydes is a fantastic chin. And both these guys have really, really good chins. Blaydes looking to get outside, step outside that lead foot of Lewis's and come through with the right hand. That's what he's looking to do here. Is he going to be able to do it? I don't know. Nice. Oh my God. Oh my God. He got him with that uppercut. He hit him with that uppercut. Oh my God. I hope Blaydes is okay, man. He hit him with the mother of all uppercuts. He hit him with the mother of all uppercuts. He stiffened him up, man. It was so brutal. So brutal. Such a huge uppercut. I said that in the first round. I said he's looking for this uppercut. Boom. And that's the uppercut there. He stiffened him up so bad. Drop. Boom. Huge, 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 huge uppercut. My God, what an uppercut. I'm huge, man. Huge, huge, huge uppercut. That's all I can say. Man, it just, wow. That was such a big shot, man. Yeah. I am absolutely gobsmacked. Wow. And that's what he does, eh? He's just got so much power, so much shots. You know, so much. And so Overeem's next, I suppose. It's pretty crazy, man. That's the thing with Lewis, man. He's got so much power at any stage of the fight. No matter how much damage he takes, he's still got power. He's still got a lot of force there. That's incredible. Wow. Wow. What a shot. What a shot. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I love doing the podcast with you guys. I love doing this. I really, really enjoyed it. The shot with that knockout was absolutely fucking incredible. For any and all of your Manscaped products, go to the website, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FAB. Guys, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I really appreciate all of the support. I hope that Blaydes is all right, man, because that shot was enormous. It was a huge shot. Got him flush, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Anyone that's new here, welcome. And anyone that's been supporting the whole time, thank you so much for everything, man. No, thank you guys, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. I really, really, really thank you guys. Bottom of my heart. I love doing it. I look forward to the fights. I love it, man. I want to do more fights as well. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. Take care. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.